start. And good evening. Welcome out here to Pattonsburg High School on Albany TV. Jared Rolfus along with Brett Williams tonight, bringing you play-by-play of a GRC matchup tonight between the Warriors of Albany and the Panthers of Pattonsburg. Again, welcome out again here to Pattonsburg High School on what will be the final game here of the regular season in this Missouri football season. It is week number 9 here of the football season. I'd like to thank our sponsors, help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight of Albany Pattonsburg football. BTC Bank with locations in Albany, Beeman, Bethany, Boonville, Carrollton, Chillicothe, Gallatin, Maysville, Osborne, Pattonsburg, and Lamoni, Iowa. Petty John Auto Centers with locations in Bethany and Albany, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany, and the Albany Hy-Vee. Schultz of Albany, American Family Insurance Agent David Smith in Albany and Stanberry. United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, agents Tony Nelson in Bethany, and Tammy Wynn Siddons of Albany. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential of Albany, Albany Chiropractic Clinic, Dollars and Messner Auction Service, Northwest Zell and Raymond Smith Body Shop of Albany, Mosaic Medical Center Albany, The Legacy at East Fork Lodge in Albany, the Albany School District and the Pattonsburg School District, Rob Cycle in Pattonsburg, Hogue Lumber Company of Albany, Stamper Hauling of Albany, the Albany Booster Club, City of Albany, the Printery and New Shopper located in Albany, and Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North located in Albany. And as we sit here getting ready for kickoff tonight, Brett, it is going to be a windy and cold game tonight. Both teams especially Pattonsburg really wanting to throw the ball over the field, and with the new spread offense of Albany, they look to try and do that as well, and probably will have to, and what will most likely, if Pattonsburg makes you throw a shootout game.
Yeah, Pattonsburg, you can basically just guarantee they're going to put points up on the board. They've done it all season. No reason to believe this will be any different, so Albany has got to come in and get points on the board as well to keep up with them. The wind is obviously going to make it tough to throw, but we're going to see who adapts.
I said, and coming into tonight's game, Zane Reed for Pattonsburg throwing over 400 yards of total offense a game, adding about another 70 on the ground. It's a potent Pattonsburg offense again this year, even without Stephen Wilhide, who graduated last year. Zane Reed has come in and has not really let the throttle down at all, as Pattonsburg's still a very potent offense. They'll look to try and put up points in bunches again tonight. Warriors will see if they can stop them. Tonight's game plan for both teams, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes and can capitalize on the opposing team's mistakes, will come out assuming the victor. We'll be back with more of your BTC Bank pregame here on Albany TV. Remember, BTC Bank community-minded, just like you. Will have a chat with the head coach of the Warriors, Doug Fountain. Brett will have that interview coming up for you here in 2 minutes here on Albany TV. Show your school spirit with the BTC Bank School Mascot Debit Card. Choose the card that fits your favorite local school, and they'll donate $10 per card to that school. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account. Visit one of BTC Bank's 12 locations to get your school mascot debit card today, where they can instantly issue your new card. BTC Bank, community-minded, just like you. Member FDIC.
Community-minded, just like you. BTC Bank.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Whether you are hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's is family friendly with a playroom for the kids so the grown-ups can enjoy their meal. Make sure you leave room for dessert, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christie's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany.
We're here with the coach of the Albany Warriors, Coach Fountain. My first question is, kind of what everyone's kind of wondering is we saw Kemper Klein go down middle of the game against King City last week. Kind of looked like that he was kind of able to walk around the sideline. I just wanted to know if he was ready to go for this Friday.
Yeah, Kemper's ready to roll. He, hit his knee on the ground, and anytime you get situations like that, you're not sure of the stability of it. We kind of erred on the side of caution, and Tri stepped in and did a great job at quarterback, and we were able to function well and finish out the game. And so, if we would have needed Kemper, probably I think his availability would have been something that would have explored a little deeper during the ball game. He's had a great week of practice, and right now it looks like we've got all personnel ready to go.
All right, next, looking back at the King City game last Friday, it's pretty clear from the start of the game they wanted to get the ball to Parker Muff. They gave him the ball a lot. And for the most part, aside from a few runs that he kind of broke open, you guys were able to keep him to short little gains. Was that in the game plan throughout the week to kind of slow him down a little bit?
Well, we knew that he would be the guy they would lean pretty heavily on. I think in the first half we did a nice job kind of keeping the top on things. He was able to get a couple, creases there and had a couple big plays, but for the most part we were able to keep making him snap it again. He got more productive, and they got more productive in the second half. Fortunately, we had a cushion to work with at that point. Our offense continued to function, and so we knew he would probably get some numbers, and we just wanted to keep the cap on it, and for the most part we were able to do that when the game was in the balance.
All right, next I was staying on the King City game. You guys, for the most part, controlled the game. For the most part of the game, you had a pretty good lead. How much of a confidence booster was that going into this Friday against Pattonsburg?
Well, I think it's big. Conference wins are tough to come by. We play a really good conference, and everyone's good. That's a huge win for us on the road against a good King City team. I think if you ask myself and Coach Breckenridge, I think both teams were kind of sloppy to start the game. We were able to hit a couple explosive plays and then able to settle down and get clean, so to speak, and get more efficient as the game went on. And that's a credit to our kids, being resilient and facing some adversity and not being as clean as you want right away, and then settling down and playing well. And so, we're real pleased with how it turned out. Big win for us, and we're looking to, as you said, parlay that into, week 9 and then further.
And now switching gears to this Friday night against Pattonsburg. What have you guys been working on throughout the week to kind of slow them down? I believe they like to throw the ball a lot. What do you guys need to do in order to leave Pattonsburg and come back to Albany with a win?
Well, defensively, we've got to, try to limit the big play. We got to keep making them snap it. If they get, kind of like what we talked about with King City's run game last week, they're going to get a little bit yardage-wise, and if they do move it 20-20, we've got to be able to get things right inside the 20 and keep them out of the end zone. And then the other big thing is we've got to limit their possessions, because they are extremely talented. They're well coached. They know what they're doing offensively. And if you give any extra possessions, you're inviting some trouble. When we've got the football, they've got some nice-sized kids inside and plug things up, and they want to spill everything to their athletes. And so we've got to make sure we get some movement up front, not get stalemated. If we get stalemated, the running game's going to have trouble getting off the ground. But we got to get some movement up front, hit those creases, and protect the football, and be efficient in what we do, and stay ahead of the chains. And then, even throwing the football, we still, the formula is the same. It doesn't have to be a big play, just efficient, stay ahead of the chains, and keep squeezing that football and limit their possessions.
All right, I believe that's all I've got.
Whether providing a service or selling a product, any successful business depends on its team. Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company has put together a team that takes care of their customers. From Tony the play caller, to Fred, Dylan, Tammy, and Marcy, the offensive specialist, to Suzette, the stats gal who keeps it all together in the office. You can depend on this team, whether you're buying or selling a home, farm, ranch, or hunting property. Wishing the best of luck to all area sports teams is the team from Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, serving Northwest Missouri. Online at nelsonsolar.com.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpless smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
Looking to sell some of your things? Give Rod Dollars, Leo Madison, or Leon Messner a call at Dollars and Messner Auction Service to set up an auction today. Call Rod at 660-254-2548 or 660-783-2548. Give Leon a call at 660-582-0258 or 660-726-3252, or give Leo a call at 660-868-0113. Check out their current auctions at showmemoreauctions.com. And welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg on what is going to be a cold and windy Friday night here for week number 9 of the high school football season. And let's take a look at your Dollars and Messner Auction Service starting lineups. Remember, tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Dollars and Messner Auction Service. Make sure to contact the winning team of Dollars and Messner Auction Service for all of your auction needs. Take a look at start with the starting offense for this high-powered Pattonsburg Panthers. Starting on the line will be Brandon Hamilton, Colin Briggs, and Caden DeYoung. Taking a look at the backfield, just one of the backfield. It's the quarterback and Zane Reed. And then the wide receivers tonight here for Pattonsburg Panthers are going to be Sam Coyne, Brett Emig, Tyson Gibson, and Cameron Jones. The Warrior defense that'll have the tough task of trying to stop this high-powered Pattonsburg offense tonight. Just 2 down linemen tonight on the line here for the Warriors. It'll be Kirby Stevens and Ethan Mercer. 2 linebackers will be Kemper Klein and Truman Runnels. The defensive backs tonight here for the Warriors with 4 wide receivers are going to be Nate Doolittle, Porter Davis, Caden Hutchinson, and Trice Floyd. Taking a look at the starting offensive line here for the Warriors tonight. On the line will be Devin Patton, Truman Runnels, and Kirby Stevens. The 2 tight ends will be Sawyer Cross and Caden Hutchinson. In the backfield underneath center will be Kemper Klein with Ethan Mercer and Trice Floyd behind him in the backfield. The Pattonsburg defense tasked with stopping this Warrior offense tonight is Caden DeYoung, Brandon Hamilton, and Colin Briggs on the defensive line. Cooper Teal and Sam Coyne at linebacker. And the defensive backs tonight will be Cameron Jones, Zane Reed, and Brody Langfit. So again, those are your Dollars and Messner Auction Service starting lineups for both the Warriors and the Panthers tonight, and what should be a good GRC matchup here on a frigid Friday night here at Pattonsburg High School. And Brett, we kind of talked about it a little bit already here during the BTC Bank pregame. With that high-powered offense, Pattonsburg really last year went for little slant patterns that really works well in 8-man football. We've seen Albany use that a little bit since they've gone spread. This year, Pattonsburg offense, it's kind of they live or die by that deep pass, and that can make for a long ball game tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for the Albany defense to try to keep up the whole game. Cameron Jones is a really good player. They're gonna have to keep up with him all night long, and over the course of a game, it's gonna wear down on them, and they're gonna have to, especially on a cold night like this, it's gonna really be tough. But they're gonna have to stick it out throughout the whole game.
And one of the big things, Trice Floyd, usually one of the linebackers getting the start tonight in the defensive backfield. He makes a lot of tackles for the Warriors. It's probably not the worst thing to have him back in the defensive backfield. But we saw against King City last week 2 defensive pass interference calls. Both of them were pretty blatant, and that's something the Warriors really need to cut down on tonight is don't give Pattonsburg any extra downs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Albany adjusts throughout the game. Defensive penalties have kind of been a problem for them, especially encroachment, jumping off sides, and pass interference as well. They're going to have to dial that back because you give them extra downs and it could prove to be a bad bad
Yeah.
sequence, and that could end up costing you the game. You never know.
We'll be back with more of your BTC Bank pregame. Remember, tonight's pregame brought to you by BTC Bank, community-minded just like you, as we get set here for our Shoats kickoff tonight. We'll have that coming up for you here in just a moment, as we're just moments away from kickoff tonight here from Pattonsburg here on Albany TV.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms and ranches is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand the hard work that goes into building and sustaining your business. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect everything you've worked hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves. Contact me today.
For details, stop by and talk to Agent David Smith at 116 South Smith Street in Albany, or at 303 North Park Street in Stanberry, or call 660-726-3536 today. Albany Chiropractic Clinic offers multiple chiropractic techniques, therapeutic exercise programs, massage therapy, and nutrition consults to the Albany and surrounding area. Albany Chiropractic Clinic prides themselves in being more than effective pain relief. Call and schedule your appointment at Albany Chiropractic Clinic at 660-726-3322. That's 660-726-3322 to experience the difference today.
Convenience store on 136 in Albany has everything you need to keep you running. Shoats has coffee and gas to get you moving in the morning. Fountain Pop, sandwiches, and Champ's Chicken to fuel your lunchtime hunger. They also carry candy and ice cream to keep you awake during the afternoon. At night, Shoats adult beverages and scratchers to help you unwind. That's Shoats Convenience Store in Albany, where they can fuel you up in more ways than one.
And welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg as we get set here for the opening kickoff as they finish the coin toss here at center midfield. It's Trice Floyd and Cameron Jones that are the two captains tonight for both teams. The Warriors will wear their road white uniforms with green lettering, white helmets, white pants. Pattonsburg will wear their home green uniforms with black lettering, white outline, white helmets, and black pants tonight. Again, a wind blowing tonight from the north. And that really brings a little bit of a chill to the air. Albany will receive the opening kickoff. Pattonsburg will be on defense. Albany will move from left to right on your computer screen to start the ball game. Pattonsburg from right to left. One of the things about this Pattonsburg Panther team, they like to go for it on fourth downs. They also like to kick onside kicks, as they like to try and recover that football and keep the football in their possession. One of the ways that they put up 90 points a couple of times so far this season, and are averaging close to 60 or 70 here this season. Again, the Warriors will put almost everybody up front here, getting set for this opening kickoff. Trice Floyd, who usually stands back about his own 7-yard line, standing about his own 32 here for this opening kickoff. As set to kick off here tonight is going to be Zane Reed for Pattonsburg. Remember, as we prepare to kick off tonight's contest, don't forget to start your morning or trip with a stop at Shoats in Albany, and make sure to try out their Champ's Chicken. My favorite is the Dipper Bowl. On the back line are going to be Hutchinson and Floyd back at it inside their own 35. It will be an onside kick, and it will go out of bounds as it does not even reach the 40-yard line. And Albany will start out with good field position in Pattonsburg territory. So again, the Warriors also a couple times this season have kicked onside. We will see if both teams get good field position here tonight, throughout the night, as the Warriors will start with the football on their own 38-yard line. Again, taking a look at the starting offensive line, it'll be Devin Patton, Truman Runnels, and Kirby Stevens. Tight end will be Sawyer Cross. Caden Hutchinson and Trice Floyd will both line up wide to the left. Kemper Klein in the pistol with Ethan Mercer. Mercer now in motion out to the left. It's going to be a little quick pass out to Mercer, and it goes through his hands, incomplete. And that'll bring up now a 2nd and 10 here for the Warriors.
Even if Mercer would have made the catch on that, he wouldn't have got many yards. He had several players on the Panthers defense ready to make the tackle, but he didn't make the grab.
Taking a look here at the starting Panther defense on the line. Caden DeYoung, Brandon Hamilton, Colin Briggs, linebackers Cooper Teal and Sam Coyne, defensive backs Cameron Jones, Zane Reed, and Brody Langfit. Here comes the snap. Handoff will go to Mercer. He finished with a right around 250 last week. This time he'll push it across the 35-yard line down to the 34. And that will be a pickup of about 4 yards there on the play. Brings up now 3rd and 6. So a 3rd and 6 upcoming here for the Warriors. Just to the right of Kemper Klein is going to be Trice Floyd. Out wide to the right is going to be Hutchinson. It's going to be a fake handoff. It's going to be the option. Klein will keep it himself. He's got enough for a first down, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds right near the 20-yard line. And that is exactly where they'll mark it down. 14 yards there on the option keeper by quarterback Kemper Klein. So that will be a 1st and 10 here for the Warriors, as here early in the first quarter, Warriors on their first drive, starting on their own on the Pattonsburg 38, now have it down to the Pattonsburg 20. Hutchinson again lined up wide to the right. Here comes the snap to Klein. He'll look to throw. Rolls out to the right, looking for the end zone. Hutchinson has room. He'll come down with a touchdown, Warriors. Remember, you can score a touchdown too. English Home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. Warriors get on the board first with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Kemper Klein to Caden Hutchinson.
They said the big key for the Warriors was to be able to score points fast, but keep up with the Panthers' high-powered offense. And coming out with a quick touchdown, you got to believe that's going to boost their confidence going on throughout the rest of the game.
And now one of the big things that's hurt the Warriors so far this season is 2-point conversions that they have not gotten, as this time Klein will keep it. Now throws it back, and it's to Trice Floyd. 2-point conversion good. Warriors lead 8-0. 45 seconds here in the ball game. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
As Mosaic continues to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic, they are committed to staying connected. Whether you need a routine checkup or to be seen for an illness, Mosaic has virtual options available. The highly trained nurses are also ready to help you when you need them via the 24/7 community nurse line. Plus, the My Mosaic Portal website and app are available for messaging your care team and accessing health information. Please visit mymlc.com/stay connected to learn more. Now more than ever, Mosaic is here with you and here for you.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg as Trice Floyd set to kick off. Back deep here for Pattonsburg. Looks like it's Brody Langfit. And it will be a deep kick here by Floyd. He'll have the wind with him, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be Pattonsburg football. They will start on their own 15-yard line. I said, you think here with the Warriors, for as good of a leg as Trice Floyd has, when you have that wind at your back, you put him back in that end zone as much as possible. Take a look at the offensive line here for Pattonsburg. It'll be Brandon Hamilton, Colin Briggs, and Caden DeYoung. Zane Reed at quarterback. Wide receivers tonight, Sam Coyne, Brett Emig, Tyson Gibson, and Cameron Jones will get the start. They'll send trips out to the left. One receiver alone out to the right. Zane Reed alone in the backfield. Here comes the snap for Pattonsburg. Rolling out and looking down the middle of the field, and it is going to be caught. And a nice catch going up to get it that time is Cameron Jones as he quickly brings it out to the 35-yard line for a 20-yard pass. And no huddle offense here for Pattonsburg is going to quickly keep things going, but going to have to wait a little bit. Caden Hutchinson might have got a little bit hurt on the play as he's over on the Warriors sideline. As Ian Campbell will now check in here for Hutchinson. So that could be something big here for the Warriors to look out for. Hutchinson tried to go up and knock it out of the hands that time of Cameron Jones, but was unable to. He now has to come off the field here momentarily. 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg from their own 36-yard line. Again, trips to the left. Here comes the snap by Zane Reed. Looking for the quick little pass, and it goes to Cameron Jones. And he is going to be knocked out of bounds about the 40-yard line. So that will be now a 2nd and 6 upcoming here now for Pattonsburg after the 4-yard pickup by Cameron Jones. And here comes the snap by Reed, again looking deep downfield. Here comes some pressure, and he'll get out of the hands of Kirby Stevens, looks downfield, and alone is going to be Pattonsburg's receiver, and Sam Coyne. He'll be pushed out inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. That was just a little bit of a blown coverage there, as it was Kirby Stevens that had Zane Reed in the backfield. The Warrior defensive coverage kind of gave up on it, and Coyne kind of got away and was all alone down on the sideline. So it'll be now a 1st and goal upcoming here from the Pattonsburg 4-yard line. Albany leads here 8-0. 10:34 left to play here in the first quarter. Here comes the next snap for Zane Reed. He'll keep it himself. He'll try to get outside, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds right about the line of scrimmage. Kemper Klein, Nate Doolittle, and Ethan Mercer there all in on the stop. So now Pattonsburg will go with 2 receivers out to the right in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be Cameron Jones. Actually, take that back. It's Coyne as a penalty flag will fly at the line of scrimmage. They'll call the play dead. It's going to be a false start here against Pattonsburg. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536.
Now Hutchinson it looked like Hutchinson has come back in the game. Yes, he has.
Said, and that's big for the Warriors if Hutchinson would not have been able to come back in. He scored the first touchdown of the night here for the Warriors. So 10:07 left to play here in this first quarter. 8-0 Warriors. That's a 2nd and goal here from the 9. Rolling out right here is going to be Reed. Here comes pressure looking for the end zone, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds, incomplete. Looking for Cameron Jones, but really just throwing it away to get to the next play, which will be a 3rd and goal. So a 3rd and goal upcoming here from the 9-yard line. Again, Warriors starting 4 defensive backs tonight. Porter Davis, Nate Doolittle, Caden Hutchinson, and Trice Floyd. Here comes the snap. Reed will roll out to his right. Keeps his eyes downfield, looking for the back of the end zone. Incomplete. That time as they look for Brett Emig. And it'll bring up now a 4th and goal from the 9-yard line. If the Warriors can pick up a stop here, it would be a big one on the Pattonsburg Panthers' first drive of the night. Starting linebackers tonight here for the Warriors include Kemper Klein and Truman Reynolds. 2 down linemen, Kirby Stevens and Ethan Mercer. So a 4th and goal. Here comes the snap for Pattonsburg with 9:54 left in the first quarter. Reed rolls out to the right. Here comes pressure. Looking for the end zone. Almost intercepted there by Caden Hutchinson. And that will be a turnover on downs, and the Warriors will get the football back on their own 9-yard line.
Good defensive stand by the Warriors. First part of the drive, Pattonsburg kind of drove right down on them, but they got in close to the end zone, and Albany was able to hold them, and now we'll see if Albany can extend their lead.
I said it really was that they got that first play out to the 40-yard line, or out to about the 35-yard line, then the big pass to Sam Coyne. Actually, I take it back. It should be, here's the snap now here to Kemper Klein. The shotgun in motion is going to be Trice Floyd. Klein looking to pass, looking again for Hutchinson. Deep down the right side, it's going to be overthrown by about 4 yards, incomplete. Hutchinson had about a step or two, but just a little overthrown there by Kemper Klein, looking for his 2nd touchdown pass to Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson had his man beat, but Klein overthrew him just a little bit.
So 9:44 still to play here in the first quarter. Warriors lead 8-0. It's a 2nd and 10 upcoming from their own 9-yard line. Porter Davis and Trice Floyd will line up wide to the left. Wide to the right will be Caden Hutchinson. And this time on the option, trying to get it off to Mercer. And Klein got hit as he tried to lateral the ball, and Pattonsburg got in the way. They'll fall on it. And it'll be 1st and goal here for Pattonsburg after the fumble recovery.
Klein held on to it just a little bit too long. If he would have got rid of it a little bit quicker, he might have been able to get that lateral off.
And they'll start with the football here on the Warrior 8-yard line. So after a big turnover on downs, a big fumble now here by the Warriors. Now they'll have to try and get another stop here in the goal line here. As again, Zane Reed looking to pass, looking for the end zone, and going up and knocked away there by Trice Floyd, again looking for Brett Emig. So it'll now make it a 2nd and goal here from the 7-yard line, not the 8 that they have them on. After the botched option play. 3 receivers again out wide to the left here for Pattonsburg. Here comes the snap to Reed. Here comes pressure. Looking to go up the middle. Penalty flag down on the far sideline, down in the backfield as Reed takes it down to the 2-yard line for a gain of 5, but I believe a holding penalty is going to move this ball back. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. It will be a hold against Pattonsburg. So again, Pattonsburg has a couple of snaps here in the goal to go, and they've had 2 penalties on the last 2 drives. And they're going to call the hold from back at about the Albany 14-yard line. And this is going to be a long and goal to go. It will be a 2nd and goal from the 23-yard line. So 2nd and goal here from the 23, a loss of 18 yards there on that hold. And what would have been a 3rd and goal from the 2 and a gain of 5. Reed again alone in the backfield will take the snap in the shotgun. And he'll look left. Nobody open now, rolling around. He's going to get hit in the backfield, and it's Truman Runnels. He'll come away with the first Hy-Vee sack of the night. Remember to fill your grocery sack with all your favorites at your Albany Hy-Vee.
Good defense there from the Warriors. Reed had nowhere to throw the ball, and he was trying to take off the run, but he couldn't get anywhere before Truman Runnels was there for the sack.
So a 3rd and goal from the 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Reed looking down the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught and brought it into the end zone. Brett Emig, 25 yards for a touchdown. That time, Trice Floyd tried to jump in the way of Brett Emig, and he was just able to get the football through. And it's a touchdown here for Pattonsburg. 2-point conversion upcoming with 8:30 still left to play here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left here for the Panthers. Snap upcoming here for Reed. In motion is going to be Coyne. Handoff will go to Coyne. Now it's going to go back to Cameron Jones. He's trying to pass it. He'll be all the way back at about his own 25 looking for the end zone. And it is going to be intercepted, or actually just knocked away there by Kane Hutchinson for the 2-point conversion. No good. Warriors hold a 2-point lead, 8-6. 8:30 still left to play in the first quarter. We're back with more in just a moment.
Northwest Cell, your local cell phone provider, is a proud supporter of all local schools. Northwest Cell has authorized agents located in Albany, Burlington Junction, Grant City, Maryville, Mound City, Oregon, Rockport, Stanberry, and Tarkio. Stop in at any of Northwest Cell's authorized agents or visit nwmcell.com to learn about their FlexPay unlimited data plans or any of this month's hot deals.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg, where Albany holds an 8-6 lead. Pattonsburg about to kick off again here for the Warriors. Last time they tried the onside kick that did not quite make it to midfield and rolled out of bounds, and Warriors start on the Pattonsburg 38-yard line. So again, Zane Reed set to kick off. Warriors again expecting the onside kick, have everybody up close to midfield. This one will be caught by Klein as he'll go down at his own 39-yard line. And that is where the Warriors will start their third drive of the night. Warriors have scored on a 20-yard touchdown pass to Caden Hutchinson and then fumbled the ball on the second play of the drive at their own 9-yard line. It was picked up by Pattonsburg at the Albany 7. Now they'll start here on their own 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Hutchinson and Floyd are going to both be lined up wide to the right. Alone in the backfield here is Klein. And we're going to have a penalty flag for illegal motion here. I take that back. A timeout is going to be called here. But I believe they're also going to give a penalty here. Remember, don't be penalized from the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. And also, it's the Petty John Auto Center timeout. Remember to check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete record service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you.
Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is here to help you with all of your DIY projects. Whether you're doing a home remodel, some repair work, a painting job, or a plumbing job, Hogue Lumber Company's dedicated staff can help you get the materials that you need to do the job right. Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is your trusted hometown hardware store and lumber yard for more than 4 decades.
So there was no illegal motion penalty. Coach Fountain of the Warriors was able to get the timeout called first. And head football coach here for Pattonsburg. And Scott Cavan is not very excited with that call here on the near sideline. And so the Warriors had that same thing happen last week at King City, where they had 2 men in motion and quickly Coach Fountain was able to call the timeout, and they did not give the penalty there for the legal motion. They give the timeout instead. Because in order to have a legal motion, you actually have to snap the ball. So after this Petty John Auto Center timeout, it'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Warriors from their own 39-yard line. Again, Mercer will line up wide to the left. Floyd and Hutchinson wide to the right. This time in motion is going to be Mercer. Handoff will go to Mercer. He has some blockers, and he will be tripped up as he crosses midfield and will be down right about the Albany 30 or the Pattonsburg 35-yard line. As he'll pick up 6 yards on the play, brings up now a 2nd and 4. So a 2nd and 4 upcoming now here for the Warriors. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Klein again alone in the backfield. This time, Floyd is in motion. He'll get the handoff this time. He'll try and break it outside, gets turned up, and he will pick up short yardage there on the play. A gain of about 2. Will bring up now a 3rd and 2 here for the Warriors. So back-to-back, wide receiver reverses to 2 players that are also listed as running backs on the program tonight. So Hutchinson alone out wide to the left. Here comes the snap to Klein. He'll keep it. Rolls out to the right, has some room in front. He's got across the 35, across the 20, and he'll be pushed out right near the 15-yard line, and they'll mark him down at the Pattonsburg 18-yard line for a gain there of 15 yards.
Klein's got very good arm strength, but he's also a pretty good runner too, I got to say.
He has very good vision as that play was supposed to come across. You saw Caden Hutchinson cutting across the middle of the field, had a little bit of room there, but Klein, seeing all the open space in front of him, knew he could at least get the first down And he took off with it. 7:16 left to play in the first. 8-6 Warriors lead. Here's the snap on a 1st and 10. Klein looking deep downfield, has Hutchinson. And it's going to go through his hands. Incomplete, maybe thrown just a little too far. As I don't know even if Hutchinson was able to come down with that, whether he'd be in bounds or not. Hutchinson did have about 3 steps on the defensive back there. And Brody Langford, and he'll quickly come out and take a breather after chasing down Hutchinson. So a 2nd and 10 upcoming here from the Pattonsburg 18-yard line. In the backfield will be Klein with Mercer behind him and Trice Floyd to his left. This time it'll be a handoff to Mercer. He's able to escape one tackle, not able to escape the second. And he will make it down to, it looks to be about the 16-yard line, a gain of 2 on the play. Brings up now a 3rd and 8 here for the Warriors. Underneath 7 minutes left to play in this first quarter. It's an 8-6 Albany lead here over Pattonsburg. 2 receivers to the right. 1 receiver alone to the left. Klein in the lone in the backfield. Here comes Mercer in motion. Again, it's going to be a handoff to Mercer. And he will be tripped up as he crosses the 15-yard line and will only get down to, just across the 15. And it will bring up about a 4th and 5 here as Mercer picks up 3 there on the carry. About a 4th and 6, 4th and 5 upcoming from just inside the Pattonsburg 15-yard line. 6:05 still left to play. Hutchinson lined up wide to the right, along with Trice Floyd. Klein looking to pass. Here comes pressure, looking for the screen. Gets it to Floyd, and he will be down. A low throw only picks up about 2 or 3 yards down to the 13-yard line, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So now it will be Pattonsburg off football, and they'll have to start again deep on their own side of the field, this time at their own 13. They've already been down at their own 15. 3 receivers bunched up wide to the right. 1 receiver to the left, just off the offensive line. Now in motion is going to be Cameron Jones. Zane Reed running for his life in the backfield. Looks away, and short pass, that time intended for, looks to be Brody Langfit, is going to be knocked away by Nate Doolittle, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 upcoming now for the Panthers. 5:46 still left to play here in the first. It's an 8-6 Albany lead. 2 receivers bunched up to the right, 2 receivers bunched up to the left. Here comes the pass, looking for the quick out pattern, and again, Nate Doolittle is there to knock it out of Sam Coyne's hands. And it'll be incomplete, brings up now a 3rd and 10 here for the Panthers. So now there will be trips to the left, 1 receiver alone wide to the right. Reed alone in the backfield. Warriors already have 1 sack so far on the night from Truman Runnels. Warriors showing blitz. As Reed will now take the snap. It's a low snap. He'll pick it up off the ground, looking deep downfield, looking for Cameron Jones. He has some room. He catches it. He'll bring it down inside the Warrior 20-yard line, fights away from Hutchinson, gets away inside the 10, 5, and reaches in just shy of the end zone for Cameron Jones.
Hutchinson was trying to rip the ball from Jones, and instead of going for the tackle, and when it works, it's great, but whenever you don't rip the ball from him, that happens. He was able to get about 10 extra yards.
And Jones brings it down to the 1-yard line for a 66-yard pass from Reed to Jones. A 1st and goal here from the 1-yard line. Reed will keep it himself, goes for the end zone. He will get hit, loses the football, ball's on the ground in the end zone. And the Warriors say they have it. We'll see. The ball came out, and the Warriors say they have it. It's going to be Warrior football. Zane Reed lost the football, picked up by the Warriors in the end zone. And it is Warrior football. I believe they said they recovered it in the end zone for a touchback, and they did. And that is a big fumble there by Pattonsburg. Let's see if Albany can capitalize on the turnover. Albany will start with the football on their own 15-yard line after the fumble recovery in the end zone. So both teams have now fumbled. I said Albany did it on deep in their own zone. Pattonsburg was able to capitalize with a touchdown. Now Pattonsburg does it just before going into the end zone. We'll see if Albany can capitalize now with a 1st and 10 from their own 15. Again, a little bit of a wait there. Scott Cavan needed some explaining there from the head official. So as we get set here for the 1st and 10, to the right of Klein is going to be Floyd, and this one's going to go through Klein's hands. He'll be able to fall on it, though, in the backfield. And he will recover it at about his own 7-yard line. For a loss of 8 yards there on the play. So we've already had for Pattonsburg a low snap that Reed had to pick up off the ground. That one a high snap that goes right through the hands there of Kemper Klein. So a 2nd and 17 upcoming, 4:45 still to play here in this first quarter. And the snap handoff will go this time to Floyd. He'll make it across the 10-yard line before he's tripped up, makes it down to the 11. As he'll pick up 3 yards there on the carry.
So now the Warriors have a pretty long 3rd down. They've got to get 14 yards if they want to get the first.
That's a 3rd and 14 upcoming here with 4:05 left to play here in this first quarter. 8-6, Albany with a 2-point lead. Out wide to the right are going to be Hutchinson and Floyd. Out wide to the left, Porter Davis. In motion now is Floyd. Here comes a snap. Klein looking for Hutchinson deep down the near sideline. And penalty flag will fly, but it's going to be intercepted here by Pattonsburg. And Cameron Jones comes away with the interception, runs it back into the 10-yard line. But that penalty flag is thrown in the area of pass interference.
I believe that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be
pass interference here against the defense, as there were 2 Pattonsburg defenders, neither one of them really looking back for the ball.
Yeah.
Just took a lucky bounce that time off of Hutchinson and then was intercepted. Remember, don't be penalized for the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. So the penalty here, defensive pass interference, will give the Warriors 15 yards. And that will now make it a 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. So 3:44 still to play here in this first quarter. Not quite as many points as we expected here so far, but there's still a lot of time on the clock. Here comes a snap. Handoff will go to Mercer. He'll pick up short yardage there on the play. A gain of about 2 brings out to the 28-yard line. Mercer, who had some big carries last week against King City, including a couple of big ones, including the first play of the game on offense, a 65-yard touchdown run, has really had some trouble getting it going here against this Pattonsburg front 3. This time, Klein on the option will get it out to Mercer. He'll try and cut back inside. Penalty flag will fly as Mercer picks up just about a yard there on the play. We'll see what the penalty flag is here. Remember, don't be penalized from the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. It's a block in the back, penalty called against the Warriors. And we'll see if Pattonsburg will accept it. They will and push him back here. So instead of having it at the 28, they now have it at their own 18, a loss of 10 yards. They're on the block in the back penalty. So a 2nd and long. here for the Warriors. 3:07 left to play here in the first on a cold, chilly night here in Pattonsburg. 8-6. Warriors with a 2-point lead. Klein will take the snap in the shotgun. Handoff. No, will not go to Mercer. It will be kept that time by Klein as he'll make it out to just shy of the 20-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the play.
Another long third down for the Warriors. Last time they were able to get the pass interference, but I wouldn't depend on that every time to get your first downs.
And it seemed like the last pass attempt by Klein that got that pass interference. Before really it was even snapped, Klein was already setting up to throw the ball deep down the right side of the field, which is exactly where Hutchinson was. Usually you can expect him to get some separation. Was not able to get separation the last time. 3rd and 17 upcoming just inside the Warrior 20-yard line. Hutchinson lined up wide to the left this time. Again, Klein will look that way, looks deep. Hutchinson goes up and comes away with it in double coverage. And he'll bring it down inside to Pattonsburg's 30-yard line. A gain there of 40 yards through the air from Kemper Klein to Caden Hutchinson. Good coverage that time by the Pattonsburg defense, but Klein able to thread the needle to get it in to Hutchinson as he comes away with it. So 1st and 10 here from the Pattonsburg 31. High formation. Here comes the snap. Handoff will go to the back. Tries Floyd. He'll be out of bounds right near the 20-yard line for another gain of 10 yards and another Warrior first down. First time the Warriors have shown that I formation with Ethan Mercer as the down back, tries Floyd as the up back. And a quick 10 yards there for the Warriors. Makes it another 1st and 10 here from the 20-yard line. Warriors again will set up in the I formation. Again, the handoff to Floyd. This time we'll cut it back inside. Tries Floyd, runs it in, 20 yards for a touchdown. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn-Siddons. 20-yard touchdown run for the Warriors. They now take a 14-6 lead with 2:01 left to play in the first quarter. Two-point conversion upcoming. Warriors are able to convert on the first. See if they can here on the second. Another I formation. This time a pass here from Klein looking for Mercer and just out of his reach. Incomplete 2-point conversion, no good. But a penalty flag, though, down in the end zone in the defensive backfield. And I believe we might have a defensive holding call here against Pattonsburg. So the Warriors will get another shot. And they'll get a move up halfway to the goal line. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. So Warriors will get another shot at the 2-point conversion here. They lead 14-6, 2:01 left to play here in this first quarter. Again, I formation here for the Warriors. Again, it'll be handed off to the up back, and Floyd, he'll jump forward, gets over the line, gets in for the 2-point conversion. 16-6, Warriors have a 10-point lead. We're back with more in just a moment on a chilly night in Pattonsburg in just a moment.
Yes, we're open. The great off-road is wide open, and the keys to family freedom are ready and waiting at your Polaris dealer. Get rolling with off-road's best for as little as $5 a day during the Polaris Upgrade Your Ride event. See your authorized Polaris dealer, Rob Cycle in Pattonsburg, Missouri, or online at robcycle.com. Offer valid in U.S. through 10/31/20 on select new Sportsman models, subject to qualification and financing. See participating dealer for details. Always wear a helmet and never drink and ride.
And welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg. Warriors have a 10-point lead, 16-6. 2 minutes left to play still here in this first quarter. Last time the Warriors kicked off, Floyd was able to kick it deep and into the end zone with the wind behind him. He still has that wind behind him here and could again pin Pattonsburg deep in their own zone. Brody Langford back deep at about inside his own 5-yard line. As Floyd will kick off from his own 30. It is going to be another deep kick. And again, into the end zone for another touchback here for the Warriors.
Warriors are taking advantage of the wind. You get an opportunity like this where you can pin Pattonsburg back as far as you can, you're going to take it.
And again, so far, Pattonsburg starting in their own 15 or behind there, have made it into the and goal situation, but have either turned the ball over on downs or fumbled it. And the Warriors are able to take advantage. So Reed will take the snap alone in the backfield. In motion this time is Cameron Jones. It'll be a quick out to Jones here on the near sideline. He'll try and juke a player and gets knocked out of bounds right at about the 27-yard line for a gain of 12. So a 12-yard gain brings up another 1st and 10 for Pattonsburg as they'll line up trips to the left. In motion again is Jones. Again, the snap and another quick little out here to Jones. And Hutchinson will push him out of bounds along with Floyd as they'll bring it out to the 35-yard line. As that will be a gain there. Actually put him just shy of the 35, down to the 34, a gain of 7 on the play. So it'll be a 2nd and 3 upcoming here for the Panthers. A snap, Reed looking to pass. Deep downfield, and Floyd goes up and intercepts it for the Warriors. Interception that time for Trice Floyd as Zane Reed looking for Brett Emig, and the Warriors will have the football on their own 20-yard line.
Zane Reed underthrew his receiver a little bit there, and that allowed Trice to go up and make the pick. And I believe that's now the 3rd turnover from the Pattonsburg offense.
It is. They fumbled it at the 1 or in the end zone. They've thrown an interception. And I believe they had another fumble, I think that's only their 2nd. They've also had a couple turnover on downs as well, as penalty flag will fly here at the line of scrimmage, usually indicating an encroachment or a false start. We'll see which one this one's going to be here. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. Looks like they're pointing the way of Pattonsburg, and like this is going to be an encroachment call here against the Panthers. They're actually going to wave off the penalty flag. So no flag on the play. And it'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Warriors from their own 20-yard line. So again, I formation here for the Warriors. Ethan Mercer, the down back, tries Floyd, the up back. Now Floyd will be in motion up to the line. Handoff will go to Ethan Mercer. And he'll rush it forward out to about the 25-yard line. And he'll pick up about 4.5 there on the carry. So it'll bring up now a 2nd and 6 here for the Warriors. They lead by 10, 16-6, with a minute left to play here in the first quarter. Be a 2nd and 6 here from the 24-yard line of the Warriors. Kemper Klein underneath center. Handoff again will go to Trice Floyd. He's got a couple of big runs. This time he'll take it just shy of the 30-yard line down to the 28. And he'll pick up another 4 yards on the play. Brings up now a 3rd and 2. As Brody Langford there in on the stop that time for the Panthers. 30 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. And what is taken right at about 40 minutes to play this first quarter. I formation again. Klein again underneath center. And this time they'll get Pattonsburg to jump offside for the encroachment call. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536.
No, I do not think they'll be waving this one off. That one was pretty blatant.
That was a pretty blatant encroachment. You always wondered, though, if there was some movement on there on the offensive line, but from our point of view, I did not see it, but the penalty flag flew from the other side of the field. And it is going to be encroachment here against the defense. It'll be a 1st down here for the Warriors. And it'll be a 1st and 10 now here from their own 33-yard line. 15.8 seconds remain here in this first quarter. And we'll see, they will they will start the clock. The Warriors do not have to take another snap here if they do not want. It looks like they will as they'll get down on the ball with about 7 seconds left here in the quarter. Floyd will motion out now to the right. Snap will occur with about 1 second left on the play or on the game clock. Mercer takes it now down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of about 2 yards on the play. At the end of the first quarter, Warriors have a 10-point lead, 16-6. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Stamper Hauling of Albany offers dedicated expedited deliveries to long haul and oversize, all while guaranteeing on-the-time delivery. Stamper Hauling guarantees their experience in the trucking field will exceed your company's expectations. Stephen Stamper of Stamper Hauling features 19 years of CDL commercial driving experience. Contact Stephen at 816-244-3196 for your company's next hauling job. Stamper Hauling, a family-owned business located in Northwest Missouri. East Fork Lodge and Ranch in Albany specializes in hosting special events, whether large or small. The Legacy Event Center is the newest member of the East Fork family with 7,500 square feet of beautifully decorated event space, including a caterer's kitchen. The magnificent black and white staircase allows for the grandest of entrances, while the front veranda overlooking a small lake makes for a great place to relax and enjoy conversations with family and friends. The rustic elegance of the Legacy is the perfect backdrop to your special event. Email Jamie at eastforklodge.com for more information on the Legacy or East Fork Lodge.
You hear in the background the music of the Shamrock Band, North Harrison, one of the teams that co-op here with Pattonsburg for high school football, as Pattonsburg co-ops with Gilman City, Winston, and North Harrison for high school football. Also North Harrison, who playing the band tonight, also joining the GRC today. Unanimous vote by the superintendents this week. Handoff this time goes to Trice Floyd. He'll try and rush forward. He'll be taken down shy of midfield, as he'll be taken down about the 38-yard line, as he'll pick up 3 yards there on the carry. So it'll be a 3rd and 5 upcoming now here for the Warriors. And North Harrison now, one of the members of the GRC. They will join the conference for softball and basketball, baseball. So there will be one receiver out wide to the right, and Hutchinson. Here comes the snap decline in the shotgun. He'll hand the ball off to Ethan Mercer. He'll be just shy the first down yard marker, maybe about a yard shy, as he'll pick up about 4 on the carry. And it'll bring up about a 4th and 1. So a 4th and 1 upcoming here for the Warriors. First quarter tonight took about 41 minutes here on a chilly Friday evening. So 4th and 1 here for the Warriors. The snap, handoff. No, they will try and throw it out to Trice Floyd, but it is going to be just shy, and it'll fall incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And now Pattonsburg has good starting field position.
The pressure from Pattonsburg kind of forced Klein's throw to be a little bit short.
That'll be Pattonsburg football starting on their own 38-yard line. This time they'll now be throwing with the wind behind their back. They had to throw against the wind in the first quarter. Here comes the pass, looking deep downfield, and Trice Floyd almost with his second interception. Brett Emig just gave enough of a shove there at the end for it to fall incomplete. Hutchinson also might have tipped that out of his hands a little bit as he deflected the pass. Trice Floyd already with 1 interception on the night. On the last drive, almost had a second. They're on consecutive defensive drives. 2nd and 10 now here for Pattonsburg. 10:34 left to play in this in the second quarter. Albany leads 6-6. Quick pass out to the right side, and Cameron Jones is going to be shoved out of bounds at the Albany 36-yard line. A gain there of 6 yards there on the play. And the next passing play upcoming here from Pattonsburg. Quickly out to the right again to Jones. And this time he'll stay on his feet as he's pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. As it'll be a gain there of 11 yards there on the play. So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg. Reed looking downfield for Jones, and it goes through his hands, incomplete. Otherwise, that was going to be another touchdown there for Cameron Jones on the season, but that one goes through his hands, incomplete. So I'm sure if you had talked to Jones, that would be one he says he needs to catch and bring in for a touchdown. 2nd and 10 here for Reed and the Pattonsburg offense. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Here comes the snap. Looking, intercepted! And it's going to be intercepted here by the Warriors. Ethan Mercer, he'll cut back inside. He's going to bring this one to the house. It's a Warrior touchdown!
That's 2 interceptions for the Warriors on back-to-back drives, and this one, Ethan Mercer takes it to the house, and that makes the lead 22-6.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn-Siddons, as that there is going to be a 55-yard interception return for a touchdown. 2-point conversion now upcoming. That time Mercer just kind of slipped out from the defensive end position, was able to get in the passing lane, and runs it all the way back. Floyd looking to pass on a halfback pass, looking for the end zone, intercepted. 22-6, Warriors have the lead. We'll be back with more after this quick timeout here on Albany TV.
In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses, great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of northwest Missouri. Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small town roots with a big town feel.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg, where the Warriors have a 22-6 lead with just under 10 minutes left to play here in the second quarter, 9:53 to be exact. Warriors will now have to kick into the wind this time. We'll see if they try and kick it deep again. Brody Langford again inside his own 5-yard line, down to his own 3. This time they'll onside kick it. It's going to be bumped up, and the Warriors will come away with the onside recovery. Porter Davis with the recovery. The Warriors have all the momentum at the moment. Albany will start at midfield. So after the interception return for a touchdown, with the wind coming against them, the Warriors go for the onside kick. Porter Davis comes away with the recovery. Warriors will start on Pattonsburg's side of the 40 at the 39. Two receivers out wide to the right are going to be Hutchinson and Floyd. Mercer again out wide to the left. Alone in the backfield is going to be Klein. Floyd in motion. Handoff will go to Floyd on the reverse. And he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Actually put him down at about the 31. Be a gain of 8 yards on the play. And it'll bring up now a 2nd and 2. So a 2nd and 2 upcoming here for the Warriors. They lead here 22-6 with 9:44 left to play in the half. They already have 2 interceptions here against the leading quarterback in the state in 8-man football in Zane Reed. This time handoff goes to Mercer, and he'll be taken down in the backfield. We'll see where forward progress was given to. And they're going to put him down at the 34-yard line. A loss there of 3 yards. So now it'll be a 3rd and 5 upcoming here for the Warriors. 9:15 left to play in the second quarter. On what is a cold, windy night here in Pattonsburg. Hutchinson now on the wide receiver reverse. He'll bring it across the 30. He's got some room. Hutchinson brings it to the house for a touchdown. 34-yard touchdown run from Keaton Hutchinson. Another touchdown here for the Warriors. And remember, you can score 2 when you list your home with United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn-Siddons. So it is now a 28-6 Albany lead. 2-point conversion still upcoming. as we're just 2 seconds underneath 9 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. In motion this time again is Hutchinson. Again, he'll take it on the wide receiver reverse. He'll hurdle and get into the end zone for the touchdown. 2-point conversion good. 30-6. Warriors have the lead. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
The Albany Booster Club is a group of supporters who come together to make a better experience for the students. They try to help the students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club, longtime supporters of the Albany R3 School District, joining together for the better of the Albany students.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? Pettyjohn Auto Center in Bethany and Albany has got you covered. Pettyjohn's makes buying your next vehicle transparent, simple, and easy. We have no hidden fees and upfront pricing on every vehicle in stock at pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Welcome back out again here to Albany. A little bit of trouble there after the 2-point conversion. Hutchinson was down there momentarily as he hurtled his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Was a little slow to get up, but ends up walking off and eventually jogging off on his own power. So don't know if we'll necessarily see him right away on defense, but we will see him back in this ball game. As again tries Floyd again, will kick it off for a little pooch kick, and this time the Warriors again have an opportunity to get it, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds before the Warriors could get it. Almost recovered that time by Quincy Stamper across midfield, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds, and Pattonsburg will start off the football on their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, Stamper was right there. I thought he had it for a second, but he just lost it and was able to roll out of bounds.
So you thought with the way the Warriors were able to recover the last one, Pattonsburg might be ready for it again, but that time it looked like still they weren't ready for that onside kick with the Warriors kicking into the wind. In the backfield is going to be Sam Coyne along with Zane Reed. Quick little pass out to Reed looking for Cameron Jones. Is going to be short and incomplete. That'll bring up now a 2nd and 10. So a 2nd and 10 upcoming here for Pattonsburg. They'll have 2 receivers that lined up wide to the right here. 1 receiver out wide to the left. Actually going to put out 3 receivers to the right. Alone out to the left is going to be Langfit. Reed will take the snap alone in the backfield. Again, Cameron Jones in motion out towards the right side. Quick little out pattern to Jones. He'll break free. He's got some room. He's going to be pushed out of bounds by Quincy Stamper inside the 15-yard line. It actually looks like they're going to put him down right at about the 15-yard line. Again, there are 24 yards there on the play. So it brings up now another 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg. And a little bit of a mismatch there with Hutchinson still on the sideline here for the Warriors. Here comes the snap with, again, in motion is going to be Cameron Jones that time. It's going to be intercepted by Hutchinson as it goes through the hands of Jones. Hutchinson looking for a block. It's knocked out of bounds inside the Warrior 20-yard line.
Warrior defense is rolling 3 back-to-back-to-back interceptions against the number 1 8-man quarterback in the state. Not too shabby, if you ask me.
So that time it was Truman Runnels that kind of gave a shove at the line to Cameron Jones. And then it went through the hands of Jones right into Caden Hutchinson's hands for his first interception of the night. And now we'll have a timeout called here by Pattonsburg at Pettyjohn Auto Center. Timeout. Remember to check out Pettyjohn Auto Center on Facebook or online, pettyjohnauto.com. Back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
The Pattonsburg R2 School District is overjoyed with the accomplishments of the Pattonsburg students. The board, teachers, staff, and Pattonsburg community members know that the hard work and determination that the students of the Pattonsburg School District put into their studies and extracurricular activities will serve them well in the future. The Pattonsburg School District is a proud supporter of their Panthers, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Panther.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg, where the Warriors have a 30-6 lead with 8:41 still left to play here in this second quarter. And after the interception there by Caden Hutchinson, it'll be Albany football. They will start with the football on their own 18-yard line. So each team so far has used one timeout, each team with 2 timeouts remaining. One receiver out wide to the right. Floyd will be to the right of his quarterback, and for Klein. Klein will now option it off here to Floyd. Floyd will now try and cut inside, now back out. He will be taken down right around the 20-yard line. Gain there of about 2 on the play. Brings up now about a 2nd and 8 here for the Warriors. So about a 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 upcoming. As Hutchinson will line up wide to the left this time. Floyd to the left of his quarterback, Klein, with Ethan Mercer in the backfield. Handoff will go to Mercer. He's got a little bit of room to the outside. And he is going to be taken down as it crosses the 30-yard line, down at about the 34 for a gain, that time of 13 yards.
And that was Mercer's longest run of the game. His only run so far, 10-plus yards. He's kind of had short little gains up to this point.
Last week, he had about 250 off of just 27 carries, including a 65-yard touchdown run. However, he does have a 55-yard interception return for a touchdown so far tonight.
Yes, he does.
Again, this one is going to hand it off to Mercer. This time he's going to break loose, and this time Mercer is going to run himself into the end zone for another Warrior touchdown. 46 yards to the end zone for Ethan Mercer. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 36-6, Warriors have a 30-point lead with 7:29 left to play here in the second quarter. 2-point conversion play upcoming here for the Warriors. So far, they've converted 3 of 4. See if they can convert the 5th one here and take a 32-point lead. This one handed off to Mercer. He'll get in. 2-point conversion good. 38-6. Warriors with the lead. 7:29 left to play in the second quarter. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Hello, I'm Dustin Freeman, Superintendent of the Albany R3 School District. At Albany, our staff is focused on helping students excel in academics, athletics, music, business, technology, art, and agriculture. We strive to help young minds prepare for life and become successful in whatever endeavor they choose. The Albany R3 School District is a tribe of parents, teachers, students, and community members working together so students don't just chase their dreams, but live them.
And welcome back out again to Pattonsburg, 38-6. Warriors with a 32-point lead, 7:29 still left to play here in the second quarter. Not quite the game we were expecting so far tonight, Brett.
No, I got to say I expected this game to be pretty neck and neck throughout the whole thing. I did not expect Albany to be at 32 with 7:29 left in the first.
And this one is going to be kicked down inside the 15, picked up by Brody Langfit just in front of his 10-yard line, gets away from one tackle, stiff arms another, and he'll be taken down as he crosses the 20-yard line. Ian Campbell, Porter Davis, and also there in on the stop for the Warriors is Kyle Burke. So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg from their own 22-yard line. That is the first time that Pattonsburg has gotten any yardage off of a kickoff return. Either it has been an onside kick the Warriors have recovered, an onside kick that went out of bounds, or a couple of ones that went out of the end zone for a touchback. And another timeout's going to be taken here by Pattonsburg. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany is your hometown trophy and award shop. Winner's Circle North makes all kinds of trophies for sports, car shows, livestock shows, baby shows, and more. Winner's Circle North also does plaques of all sizes and kinds. Want something unique? Winner's Circle North has you covered with sublimation gifts and acrylic awards. To order your trophies, awards, or one-of-a-kind items, call Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North at 816-632-5599 or find them on Facebook at Winner's Circle North.
Pettyjohn Auto Center in Bethany and Albany is a proud sponsor of Albany TV. Pettyjohn's is your local Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. For new and used vehicles, certified service, and collision center, visit pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg. 38-6. 7:23 left to play here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg coming out of that Pettyjohn Auto Center timeout. Two receivers to the right, one receiver to the left. In motion now is going to be Cameron Jones. Zane Reed will run it up the middle on a quarterback keeper, and he'll be taken down as he crosses the 35, taken down to about the 36-yard line. For a gain there of 14 yards on the carry for Zane Reed. We mentioned about Zane Reed's legs at the beginning of the game. We haven't really seen it yet. That time he just takes off on a called quarterback keeper. Jones will be to the left this time as Zane Reed in the backfield. Two receivers to the right, one receiver to the left. Now Jones will motion out to the left, and it's going to be a quick out. And now Jones has to hurdle a defender. He'll be pushed out of bounds after picking up short yardage on the play. A gain of about 1 as Kirby Stevens, Ethan Mercer, and Truman Runnels there all in on the stop for the Warriors. 1 yard pickup there on the play by Cameron Jones. Brings up now a 2nd and 9. 6:51 still left to play here in the second quarter. One thing about this Pattonsburg offense, they do like to try and stop the clock by getting out of bounds on short passing plays. Next snap here for Zane Reed. He'll roll out this time to the right side. Looking deep downfield, and Jones is not going to be able to come away with it as Caden Hutchinson is there to knock it away, and good coverage brings up now a 3rd and 9. And Brett, I know you looked at me. We were thinking the same thing. That came pretty close to defensive pass interference there against Caden Hutchinson. But this time he smartly turns his head, one thing he has not been doing the past couple of games. So it'll be a 3rd and 9 from the Pattonsburg 37. Warriors lead by 32, 38-6, 6:45 left to play in this second quarter. Three receivers out wide to the left, one receiver out wide to the right. Reed will take the snap. Here comes pressure. Rolls out this time to his right. Now trying to cut back outside, and he'll go down. Another Hy-Vee sack by Ethan Mercer and Truman Runnels. Remember to fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your tailgate headquarters, your local Albany Hy-Vee. A loss there of 2 on the play brings up now about a 4th and long 10, 4th and 11.
Reed tried to run, but again, he just had nowhere to go. He had 2 guys on him and then the sideline, so he really had nothing else to do besides just take the sack.
And you can tell why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the state in 8-man football. Always keeps his eyes downfield, unlike a lot of quarterbacks in high school, even in the college level. When that pressure comes, they'll take their eyes down and start to run with it. He always has his eyes upfield. Again on a 4th and long play. Reed again rolling, looks downfield. Here again comes pressure. Rolls out again to the right, looking deep downfield, and it's going to fall incomplete. So another turnover on downs. Warriors will start out with the football on the Pattonsburg 36-yard line. And it will be Warrior football leading by 32, a 5:45 left to play in the second. Again, between these two teams, not quite the score that we were expecting. We were expecting this to be a shootout by both teams. So far, it's kind of been a knock 'em out, drag 'em out, but the Warriors coming out on top on offense and defense so far. And looks like Cameron Jones is going to have to come off for a play or two as he's got some blood on his arm. So he will come out and check it in. It is going to be Tyson Gibson. Maybe a time for the Warriors to go at the defensive coverage of the defensive backfield here with Cameron Jones out. Kemper Klein will take the snap. Lost to the handoff, and it's going to be recovered here by Pattonsburg. Handoff looking to go to Mercer, and it bumps right off his hand, picked up right into a Pattonsburg defender's hand. And it will be Pattonsburg football on the Warrior 36-yard line. Second fumble of the night. years. Last time, Pattonsburg was able to take advantage of it and score their only touchdown.
And they've got the ball about midfield now. So this is one of the best opportunities they've had to get the ball in the end zone.
So again, Pattonsburg starting on the Albany 36-yard line. Here comes the snap. Quick out this time. And this time they get it out to Emig, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. And he'll take it down to about the 33-yard line there for a gain of 3. And again, still on the sideline getting taped up here is Cameron Jones. Looks like he'll be ready to come in next play. Here comes a snap by Zane Reed again. Pressure looking. This time he'll get it out to Gage Iddings. And Iddings will take it inside the 25-yard line. Enough for a 8-yard pass. That will give the Panthers a first down. So Iddings there with his first catch of the night for 8 yards. 5:20 left to play here in this first half. Cameron Jones will check back in. Reed with the snap. Here comes pressure again up the middle from Mercer. Looking downfield, looking for the end zone, incomplete looking that time. Brett Emig not able to bring in the pass. And I believe a penalty flag down. I believe it's going to be an illegal forward pass as Zane Reed was across the line of scrimmage before he let that one go. Remember, don't be penalized from the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. So an illegal forward pass here against Pattonsburg is going to put him back at the Albany 34-yard line. A loss of 10. They're on the play.
Mentioned that Reed likes to. Oh, it's holding.
Oh, sorry, it was a hold there on the play. Next snap upcoming here by Zane Reed. Again, pressure coming from the side, and now Reed will take off with it. He'll be taken down at about the original line of scrimmage there on the stop. Was Nate Doolittle and Ethan Mercer. A gain there of 10 yards. Brings up now a 2nd and 10. Actually, they're going to mark him just shy of the original line of scrimmage. At about the 26, make it a 2nd and about 13. Or 2nd and 12 here. Here comes the next snap, though, from Pattonsburg. Reed looking right side. Now, again, here comes pressure up the middle. Gets it out to Cameron Jones. And he will be pushed out of bounds here by Hutchinson. From about the 21-yard line. So it'll now bring up a 3rd and 7 here for Pattonsburg as they'll take the snap here with 4:53 still left to play here in the second quarter, trailing 38-6 to the Warriors. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Here's the snap. Reed looking and pass incomplete. Troy Floyd able to knock it away that time. Again, that time they're looking for Brett Emig. So it'll bring up a 4th and 7. Warrior defensive backs have really come up big tonight here for the Warriors on defense in the first half. 49 left to play here in the first half. Next snap upcoming here for the Panthers. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Warriors almost jump off sides. Next snap upcoming here for Reed. Here comes pressure, and Reed is going to be taken down. No, he's going to stay on his feet, but he will be taken down as holding on to his leg. Bryce Landit with the Hy-Vee sack. Remember to fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your tailgate headquarters, your local Albany Hy-Vee. Turnover on downs after the sack there of 3 yards. And it'll be now Albany football. They fumbled on their last drive. They'll get it here on their own 27-yard line. with 4:43 left to play. Hutchinson will line up wide to the right. Floyd to the right of Kemper Klein with Ethan Mercer in the back. Mercer will pick away as he will take it out to about the 29-yard line. A gain there at 2 brings up a 2nd and 8. So a 2nd and 8 upcoming here for the Warriors. 4:20 and ticking here in the second quarter. Warriors with a 32-point lead. A snap here from Klein. Handoff goes to Mercer. He had a small opening, but was quickly wrapped up and taken down on the play by Sam Coyne for a gain of 1 yard. So it brings up a 3rd and 7 from the Albany 30-yard line. 3:45 left to play here in the second quarter. Neither team so far has punted on the night. The Warriors cannot pick up significant yardage here. You think against the wind, they might have to punt the ball away. Hutchinson and Floyd will now line up both wide to the right. In motion, and Mercer also to the right. And looking for the center of the field for Floyd is going to be knocked away here by Brett Emig. And it'll bring up now a 4th and 7. We'll see if we see the punting unit here for the Warriors tonight for the first time. And we will, as freshman center Bryce Newby comes out to long snap. Usually the sign of the punt team. Remember, don't fumble the punt on your future retirement. Contact David Smith with Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3322. So again, Floyd set to punt the ball away, but also remember, Floyd also was a starting quarterback to start the year. His punt will go out of bounds right at about the Pattonsburg 30-yard line. And it looks like they'll mark out at the Pattonsburg 29. So Pattonsburg will start on their own 29-yard line here with 3:25 left to play. Here in the second quarter, Warriors lead 38-6. Pattonsburg has had some nice plays, brought it down into the end goal situation a couple of times, but only able to put it in once so far on the night. Quick little screen pass out here to Cameron Jones. And he's going to get wrapped up right at about the line of scrimmage. As Caden Hutchinson there with the stop, and he'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the pass and no yardage there to Cameron Jones. Zane Reed, quarterback of Pattonsburg tonight, already with 3 interceptions on the night. One of them already run back for a touchdown by Ethan Mercer. Reed again looking to pass. Here comes the pressure. Rolls out. Penalty flag will fly as Reed pushed out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Penalty flag, though, down at the line of scrimmage, and it is going to be a hold here against Pattonsburg. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. So with the holding penalty, it will now be a 2nd and 20 upcoming here for Pattonsburg. As they'll take that snap from their own 20-yard line. Actually, it'll be about a 2nd and 18. 2:50 still left to play in the second quarter. Warriors with a 32-point lead, 38-6. Both teams not playing their crisp at their most crisp on offense, but the Warrior defense has really shown up big tonight. Cameron Jones in the backfield along with Zane Reed, as Jones will be just to the right of his quarterback. A snap in the shotgun. Here comes the pressure again from the Warriors. Looking deep down the field for Emig, and again tries Floyd, knocks it out of his hands. Emig looking for the penalty flag, does not get it. And that will bring up now a 3rd and long. As it so far, Trice Floyd has been all over Brett Emig tonight in pass coverage.
This is a big 3rd down for Pattonsburg. They really haven't been able to get too much going, and they really need to start putting some points on the board if they want to get back in this game before halftime hits. So this is a really big 3rd down for them.
Again, it'll be a 3rd and 19, 2:23 left to play here in the second quarter. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Here comes the snap to Reed. Here comes the 2-man rush, and again, going to get to him, and it's going to be another Albany Hy-Vee sack. This time, Quincy Stamper with the sack. Remember, fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your tailgate headquarters, your local Albany Hy-Vee. And it's now a 4th and 29. I know Pattonsburg doesn't like to usually punt the ball away, but the pressure here against the Warriors might force their hand deep in their own zone, as it'll be a snap on a 4th and 29 from their own 10-yard line. Looks like Sam Coyne will be in the backfield along with Zane Reed. 1:40 and ticking slowly away here in the first quarter, or here in the first half. A timeout will be called here by Pattonsburg with 1:36 left in the second quarter. Remember, during this Petty John Auto Center timeout, check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at petty.com.
Whether providing a service or selling a product, any successful business depends on its team. Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company has put together a team that takes care of their customers. From Tony the play caller, to Fred, Dylan, Tammy, and Marcy, the offensive specialist, to Suzette, the stats gal who keeps it all together in the office. You can depend on this team, whether you're buying or selling a home, farm, ranch, or hunting property. Wishing the best of luck to all area sports teams is the team from Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, serving Northwest Missouri. Online at nelsonsolit.com.
Petty John Auto Center in Bethany and Albany is a proud sponsor of Albany local Ford, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. For new and used vehicles, certified service, and collision center, visit pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out to Pattonsburg on a cold, windy night here, week 9 of the high school football season. The last regular season game here for both teams. 1:36 left to play in the second quarter, 38-6 Albany lead. 4th and 29 from their own 10-yard line here for Pattonsburg. And they're going to set up with 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Zane Reed in the backfield at about his own 5-yard line. Here comes the snap. Again, Warriors bring 2-man pressure, looking deep down the field, going up, and it is going to be caught by Cameron Jones as he brings it across midfield, across the 35-yard line, down to the Warrior 34. And a 36-yard pass catch to Cameron Jones. Warriors had 2 men in coverage, and somehow Jones is able to put that one out of the air. Reed looking again, deep downfield for Emming. This one going to be overthrown, incomplete, and brings up now a 2nd and 10. So 1:23 left to play here in the second quarter. And a 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Pattonsburg offense. After giving up the big 4th and long play, Warriors have to come up with another left here in the first half. In motion again is Cameron Jones out to the right. Here comes the snap. Reed looking over the middle, and that one goes through the hands of Jones, and just shy of it there is Caden Hutchinson for his 2nd interception, as that one will fall incomplete, brings up now a 3rd and 10. 1:20 still left to play here in the first half, as we're an hour 20 here into the ball game. And the snap again here by Reed. And this time again it's going to be a little quick. Not able to bring it in. And it'll bring another 4th and 10 upcoming here for Pattonsburg.
The Warrior defense has been able to bring very good pressure to Reed so far, and they did it again there, and it forced them to make a bad throw. And so now they're looking at 4th and 10.
Warriors already with 3 Hy-Vee sacks on the night. As the next snap comes on a 4th and 10. Here comes the snap. A penalty flag will fly at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a false start called here against the offense. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. 5-yard penalty is going to make this a 4th and 15 from about the Albany 38-yard line. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Here comes a Reed rolls out to his left, looking deep downfield for Jones. And this one will go off his fingertips, incomplete. And it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Warriors will have 1:09 left here in the half with 2 timeouts remaining.
Jones was able to reel the last throw in from Reed, but this one just couldn't quite haul in. And if he would have, I believe he would have probably had a touchdown, I believe.
So Albany will start with it on their own 38-yard line. 1:09. They have 2 timeouts remaining. And they lead by 32. As the wind again continues to pick up out of the north. And really biting now here in Pattonsburg. 2 receivers to the right are going to be Floyd and Hutchinson. Looking across the middle for Nate Doolittle. And he's going to be shy of the 35-yard line, down at the 36. For a gain there of 2 on the play. A gain there of 5 on the play. Brings up now a 2nd and 5. No huddle offense this time here for the Warriors. And the snap here to Klein. Big pressure, ball thrown up. Hutchinson has to wait on it. He's able to come down with it, though. Down right near the 10-yard line. And he'll be down at the 12. And a penalty flag is down, though, in the area. And I'm not certain who it's going to go against. But they're moving the football in the chains like this one could go against Pattonsburg. So it's a 1st and 10 down to the 13. But again, a penalty flag down on the far sideline. And it is a penalty here against Pattonsburg. And an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here against Pattonsburg. We'll give it half the distance to the goal line. And it'll move it from the 13 down to the 7. So a 6-yard penalty against Pattonsburg makes it a 1st and goal from the 6 with 36.4 left to play here in the first half. And Warriors looking to go up even more here. Ethan Mercer will be in the shotgun, or in the pistol, right behind Kemper Klein. In motion is going to be Hutchinson. Hutchinson will get the handoff. Can't quite make the outside as he's tripped up, but is able to stay on his feet. Picks up about a yard on the play down to the 6, and a timeout going to be called here by the Warriors. And no yardage there on the play. 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Whether providing a service or selling a product, any successful business depends on its team. Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company has put together a team that takes care of their customers. From Tony the play caller, to Fred, Dylan, Tammy, and Marcy, the offensive specialist, to Suzette, the stats gal who keeps it all together in the office. You can depend on this team, whether you're buying or selling a home, farm, ranch, or hunting property. Wishing the best of luck to all area sports teams is the team from Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, serving Northwest Missouri. Online at nelsonsoldit.com.
Warriors lead 38-6. 30 seconds left here in the second half. It's a 2nd and goal upcoming here from the 70-yard line. Again, pistol formation here with Hutchinson and Floyd lined up wide to the right. Sawyer Cross is the tight end to the right. Mercer now motions out to the right as well. Looking for the end zone and incomplete, looking for Hutchinson. Thrown above his head and a little behind him. Incomplete, brings up now a 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal upcoming now for the Warriors. 38-6, 27.2 left to play here in this second quarter. So again, Hutchinson and Floyd will line to the right. Here comes the snap to Klein. It'll option out to Mercer. Mercer tries to bounce it out towards the goal line. Gets in. Touchdown, Warriors. It is now a 44-6 lead, 21.9 left to play here in the half. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons, as Ethan Mercer runs it in this time from 7 yards away. Two-point conversion upcoming now here for the Warriors. 22 seconds left. The Warriors can go up 40 points if they can put this one in. Floyd gets the handoff, gets across the goal line. Two-point conversion. Good. Warriors have a 40-point lead as we go with 20 seconds left here in the half. We're back with more in just a moment on Albany TV.
Schultz Convenience Store on 136 in Albany has everything you need to keep you running. Show Test coffee and gas to get you moving in the morning. Fountain Pop, sandwiches, and Champ's Chicken to fuel your lunchtime hunger. They also carry candy and ice cream to keep you awake during the afternoon. At night, Schultz Adult Beverages and Scratchers to help you unwind. That's Schultz Convenience Store in Albany, where they can fuel you up in more ways than one.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg. It is now a 40-point ball game. Albany leads 46-6, 22 seconds left to play here in this first half. Warriors have kicked a couple into the end zone for a touchback. They've recovered one onside kick. Another one has gone out of bounds, and then one of them, Brody Langford, has returned for about 12 yards out to the 22. We'll see what the Warriors do here with a 40-point lead and 22 seconds remaining. This one, again, is going to be kicked deep. It'll bounce at the 10-yard line, picked up by Brody Langford again at the 10. And he'll be taken down inside the 15. Again, there on the stop, again, is going to be Kyle Burke there with the stop, and it'll be Pattonsburg football with 17.6 seconds left, starting on their own 13-yard line. So Pattonsburg will start on their own 13. 17.6, which again, still a lot of time for this potent Pattonsburg offense. Two receivers out wide to the right are going to be Jones and Emig. Reed will come over and have a quick word with him before he goes back into the backfield to take the shotgun. The snap quickly to Jones. Now Jones back again, a little flea flicker, looking deep downfield for Emig. And Emig will trip over his own feet and fall down. Incomplete. And it'll bring up now a 2nd and 10. Looking for a little bit of trickery there is Pattonsburg. But the pass sails a little too high as Emig trips over his feet. About midfield, the ball falls down at about the 30. 10.6 still left to play in the first half. Warriors have a 40-point lead, 46-6. Two receivers left, two receivers right are going to be Emig and Jones. Leaves Coyne and Langford over to the left side as this one is going to be a little shovel pass this time to Jones, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line. And they will put him down at about the 19 for a 6-yard pass that time. Cameron Jones. It's that new little pass play that the NFL started where it's really a run, but goes down as a pass in the stat book.
And with 5 seconds here, you got to believe that Pattonsburg will probably just try to throw one down the field or get a quick pass, get out of bounds, and then go for a deep ball.
You can also see with the speed of Jones and Emig, maybe a little bit of screen pass here. But I agree, most likely down the field here from Reed is what you would expect for either Emig or Jones. Again, pressure. And again, this time Reed able to get out of it. The horn sounds, a penalty flag down the backfield going up, and it's going to be caught here by Jones, and he's going to be thrown to the ground by Hutchinson. And Jones a little slow to get up as he's down at the 20. A penalty flag down in the backfield. So Cameron Jones was able to catch it, but Hutchinson picked him up and just threw him to the ground. But again, looks like I believe it was a holding penalty in the backfield or a block in the back penalty. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. Albany is going to decline the penalty, which would end the half. And we will be back with your Albany Hy-Vee halftime in just a moment. As, again, Cameron Jones still down here on the near sideline. Something nobody would like to see here. But we'll be back with your Albany Hy-Vee halftime. Remember, your Albany Hy-Vee halftime tonight on Albany TV is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. For everything on your grocery list and a smile in the aisles at your Albany Hy-Vee. We're back with more in just a moment on Albany TV.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
Albany Chiropractic Clinic offers multiple chiropractic techniques, therapeutic exercise programs, massage therapy, and nutrition consults to the Albany and surrounding area. Albany Chiropractic Clinic prides themselves in being more than effective pain relief. Call and schedule your appointment at Albany Chiropractic Clinic at 660-726-3322. That's 660-726-3322 to experience the difference today.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms and ranches is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand the hard work that goes into building and sustaining your business. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect everything you've worked hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves. Contact me today.
For details, stop by and talk to Agent David Smith at 116 South Smith Street in Albany or at 303 North Park Street in Stanberry, or call 660-726-3536 today. Looking to sell some of your things? Give Rod Dollars, Leo Madison, or Leon Mester a call at Dollars and Mester Auction Service to set up an auction today. Call Rod at 660-254-2548 or 660-783-2548. Give Leon a call at 660-582-0258 or 660-726-3252, or give Leo a call at 660-868-0113. Check out their current auctions at showmemoreauctions.com.
As Mosaic continues to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic, they are committed to staying connected. Whether you need a routine checkup or to be seen for an illness, Mosaic has virtual options available. The highly trained nurses are also ready to help you when you need them via the 24/7 community nurse line. Plus, the My Mosaic portal website and app are available for messaging your care team and accessing health information. Please visit mymlc.com/stayconnected to learn more. Now more than ever, Mosaic is here with you and here for you.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg, where it's a 46-6 Albany lead here at the half. Cameron Jones was able to get up and walk off on his own power, so thankful for that. That was a 40-yard pass play out to Cameron Jones. Albany declined the penalty there to end the half, and again, Albany has a 40-point lead here at the half. Again, you can hear the band behind me, but we cannot let you listen in completely. We will have to talk over it here on Albany TV due to copyright issues. I'd like to thank our sponsors, help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV. BTC Bank with locations in Albany, Beeman, Bethany, Boonville, Carrollton, Chillicothe, Gallatin, Maysville, Osborne, Pattonsburg, and Lamoni, Iowa. Penny John Auto Centers with locations in Bethany and Albany. Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany and the Albany Hy-Vee. Schultz of Albany and American Family Insurance Agent David Smith in Albany and Stanberry. The United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company agents Tony Nelson and Bethany and Tammy Wynn Siddons of Albany. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential of Albany. Albany Chiropractic Clinic. Dollars and Messner Auction Service. Northwest Dell. Raymond Smith Body Shop of Albany and Mosaic Medical Center Albany. The Legacy at East Fork Lodge in Albany. The Albany School District and the Pattonsburg School District. Rob Cycle in Pattonsburg and Hogue Lumber Company of Albany. Stamper Hauling of Albany. The Albany Booster Club in the City of Albany. Printer and News Shopper located in Albany. And Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North located in Albany. We've got some stats here to bring you. We'll let Brett Williams get over with some of the stats from the first half.
First off, Trice Ford's got 52 rushing yards on the night, along with 2 receiving yards. Kemper Klein, 23 rushing yards, along with 80 passing yards. Ken Hutchinson with 35 rushing yards, along with 75 receiving yards. Ethan Mercer with 93 rushing yards, and Nate Doolittle with 5 receiving yards. We will now move on to Pattonsburg. First off with the quarterback, Zane Reed. He's got a total of 5 rushing yards, along with 309 passing yards. Next up, we'll have Cameron Jones. He's got 238 receiving yards. And lastly, Brett Emig with 28 receiving yards to go along with that.
And also take a look at a couple of things you mentioned there. Pattonsburg, Zane Reed had how many passing yards there in the first half?
309.
309 passing yards. But however, he does have a couple more passing yards than that too, if you think about it. He did have a 55-yard touchdown pass to Ethan Mercer that just went the opposite way.
Yep.
He does have 3 interceptions so far in the night, just 1 touchdown, and that was a touchdown pass to Brett Emig of 25 yards. Really, so far, this Pattonsburg offense has not really been as electric as they usually are most weeks. They have hit some big plays. They've converted some big 4th downs. On the last drive that they ended up turning the ball over on downs, completed a 36-yard pass on a 4th and 29 at their own 10-yard line. Some things you just don't see every day.
Yep.
And we've seen why Zane Reed has shown flashes of why he's the best quarterback in the state so far here in 8-man football. I say that again. We have not seen Chase Neptune of Southwest Livingston, who's playing over at King City tonight. We might be able to see a little bit of film on that. But again, so far, Zane Reed, best quarterback that at least we've seen so far this season. And best one that the Albany Warriors have seen all season. But the defensive backs for the Warriors and Trice Floyd, Nate Doolittle, Porter Davis, Caden Hutchinson have really showed up big tonight. Ethan Mercer, Trice Floyd, Caden Hutchinson all with interceptions. Did they also have a fumble recovery as well? It's just a Warrior defense that really has been getting after Zane Reed in the backfield. A couple of sacks. We've got one by Kirby Stevens, one by Ethan Mercer. Bryce Landon has one as well. Zane Reed really has been running for his life with just a 2-man pressure tonight here by the Warriors.
Yeah, I was you said they're having a 2-man defensive front tonight, and I was thinking, well, maybe they kind of sacrificed some pressure for some extra defensive backs. So you give Zane Reed some time to throw, but you have extra defensive backs to be in coverage.
Yes.
But it really hasn't mattered because they've been pressuring him all game, and they've been able to sack him quite a bit. And although he has a lot of passing yards, they've been able to keep him out of the end zone. And it doesn't matter how many passing yards you have if you don't have any points.
Exactly. And the interception by Ethan Mercer, he returned for 55 yards. The play before that, he had a sack. And then on that next play, he kind of faded back into coverage after faking that he was going to come after Reed. And that's really where that interception came from, was that disguised blitz. So far, Hutchinson has has 2 touchdowns on the night. Ethan Mercer with 3, 2 of them coming by the run, 1 of them off the interception. And then Trice Floyd also has a touchdown run tonight for the Warriors, as well as they lead here by a score. Actually, I take that back. Mercer has, yes, he does have 3. Hutchinson has 2. As, again, it's a 46-6 Albany lead here at the half. We'll be back with some other scores here for you from around 8-man football when we come back in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Northwest Cell, your local cell phone provider, is a proud supporter of all local schools. Northwest Cell has authorized agents located in Albany, Burlington Junction, Grant City, Maryville, Mound City, Oregon, Rockport, Stanberry, and Tarkio. Stop in at any of Northwest Cell's authorized agents or visit nwmcell.com to learn about their FlexPay unlimited data plans or any of this month's hot deals.
No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They are prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you.
Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is here to help you with all of your DIY projects. Whether you're doing a home remodel, some repair work, a painting job, or a plumbing job, Hogue Lumber Company's dedicated staff can help you get the materials that you need to do the job right. Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is your trusted hometown hardware store and lumber yard for more than 4 decades.
Yes, we're open. The Great Off-Road is wide open, and the keys to family freedom are ready and waiting at your Polaris dealer. Get rolling with Off-Road's best for as little as $5 a day during the Polaris Upgrade Your Ride event. See your authorized Polaris dealer, Rob Cycle in Pattonsburg, Missouri, or online at robcycle.com. Offer valid in U.S. through 10/31/20 on select new Sportsman models, subject to qualification and financing. See participating dealer for details. Always wear a helmet and never drink and ride.
And welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg, where it's a 46-6 lead here for the Warriors. The North Harrison Shamrock Band playing here at midfield again at Pattonsburg Co-ops with North Harrison, Winston, and Gilman City for football. North Harrison band playing here tonight for the halftime show, and also like to welcome North Harrison into the GRC West as they have been approved to join the GRC and the 2021. The 2021-2022 sports season. So we'll welcome them into the GRC next sports season. Take a look at some of the scores going on in the 8-man football, specifically in the GRC West. Here at the half, Albany leads Pattonsburg 46-6. Southwest Livingston King City at the half is the game that we kind of thought we would see here tonight. It's a 54-44 lead for Southwest Livingston over King City. North Andrew picks up the win tonight over Schuyler County by a final of 58-0. And then also tonight is a lead here for Stanberry over Worth County, and that is a score of 26-14. That again is a halftime score. See if we can find some other scores here for you from the area. Panthers are trailing Rockport at the moment at last check with 5:02 left in the third quarter, 12-6. That's a big one for Class 1 District 4 seedings. Some other scores here for you that we can bring you. Looks like from East Atchison. It is East Atchison defeating Platte Valley by a final score of 46-0. Let's see if we can't find some other scores for you here. Looks like DeKalb was leading over Stewartsville Osborne with a score of 49-12. That was with about 6:54 left to go in that third quarter. Most games already about halfway through the third quarter. We're here just at halftime. About the only other team I think is going to be in that kind of situation is going to be King City and Southwest Livingston. That again a tight game over in that one, as it is a 54-44 ball game. Again, 46-6, the Albany Warriors have the lead here tonight over Pattonsburg. As we are at the half, we'll be back with the second half kickoff shortly here on Albany TV.
Stamper Hauling of Albany offers dedicated expedited deliveries to long haul and oversize, all while guaranteeing on-the-time delivery. Stamper Hauling guarantees their experience in the trucking field will exceed your company's expectations. Stephen Stamper of Stamper Hauling features 19 years of CDL commercial driving experience. Contact Stephen at 816-244-3196 for your company's next hauling job. Stamper Hauling, a family-owned business located in Northwest Missouri.
East Fork Lodge and Ranch in Albany specializes in hosting special events, whether large or small. The Legacy Event Center is the newest member of the East Fork family with 7,500 square feet of beautifully decorated event space, including a caterer's kitchen. The magnificent black and white staircase allows for the grandest of entrances, while the front veranda overlooking a small lake makes for a great place to relax and enjoy conversations with family and friends. The rustic elegance of the Legacy is the perfect backdrop to your special event. Email Jamie at eastforklodge.com for more information on the Legacy or East Fork Lodge.
In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses, great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of northwest Missouri. Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small town roots with a big town feel. The Albany Booster Club is a group of supporters who come together to make a better experience for the students. They try to help the students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club, longtime supporters of the Albany R3 School District, joining together for the better of the Albany students. The Pattonsburg R2 School District is overjoyed with the accomplishments of the Pattonsburg students. The board, teachers, staff, and Pattonsburg community members know that the hard work and determination that the students of the Pattonsburg School District put into their studies and extracurricular activities will serve them well in the future. The Pattonsburg School District is a proud supporter of their Panthers, and remember, it's always a great day to be a Panther.
Welcome back out again to Pattonsburg. 46-6, Warriors have the lead as we get ready to start out this third quarter here momentarily. Take a look at Class 1 District 4. At the moment, Stanberry has the top ranking. They could fall with a loss tonight to Worth County, but again, they do have that lead over Worth County in the third quarter by about 10 points. Right behind them sits East Atchison, and Stanberry has that lead over East Atchison with that win last week. And then after that comes Mound City at the 3 spot. If they lose tonight to Rockport, that could really throw some things into some wrenches, as Worth County possibly, even with the loss tonight to Stanberry, if they can keep it close, if Rockport's able to come away enough, Worth County might be able to jump Mound City. We're located in the 5 spot with the win tonight for Rockport over Mound City. With us losing to Mound City, that could throw some wrinkles into it as well. So Albany could sit anywhere from the 5 spot down to the 6 spot. Mound City could fall from 3 all the way down to 5 if possible. Worth County kind of sits in that 4 spot. Rockport could probably jump up to that 5 spot. The biggest thing that really hurting Rockport is they did not play the last 2 weeks due to COVID. So again, those are some of the things that are kind of going on in Class 1 District 4. And then down towards the bottom of the district, you have Platte Valley, and then also you have, I believe it's West Nottoway is the other team that is in Class 1 District 4 down in that 7 and 8 spot that will be on the road next week. So, again, the bottom 4 teams will go on the road to the top 4, looking like either Albany will travel to either Mound City or Worth County, depending how things fall tonight. And really, with the way this game's going, you would hope the Warriors are able to come up with a win tonight, so that shouldn't affect theirs too much, because we can't jump Worth County or Mound City with the loss to them. But Mound City and Worth County both losing currently. Again, Worth County losing at the half to Stanberry and losing in the third quarter is Mound City. And the big thing is they're losing to Rockport that sits in that 6 spot, which could jump up into that 5 spot. We'll just kind of have to see how things work out tonight. Again, the point system for Misha makes somewhat sense, but again, with Misha, there's not quite much that ever makes sense. So as we get set here to start out this second half, we'll see if the Warriors can continue the defensive onslaught that they've had on Zane Reed. We know you said it earlier, he has 309 yards passing in the first half, but only 6 points up on the scoreboard. So that's a big one. 3 interceptions so far tonight by the Warriors, and also a couple of big sacks by the Warriors on Zane Reed as well. Pattonsburg will receive the opening kickoff. But again, for the Warriors, whenever Trice Floyd kicks off here from his own 30, he'll have the wind at his back. Past couple times that they've done that, they've kicked it out of the back of the end zone and made Pattonsburg start at their own 15-yard line. So again, 46-6 as we start this third quarter. Floyd will kick off, and will kick this one deep. Langfit will catch it about his own 2-yard line. Keeps it from going into the end zone. Trying to come out here to the near sideline. He is going to be hit and taken down by Bryce Landit. and will be taken down at about the 17-yard line. That is where Pattonsburg will start their next drive. So again, one other thing to keep an eye on here is how Cameron Jones plays here in the second half after getting thrown to the ground after that big catch to end the first half, and actually does not appear that he's even out in the field here to start the first drive. Because again, he made the catch for 40 yards, but as he went up to get it, Caden Hutchinson grabbed him and just threw him down to the ground. So there will be two receivers out wide to the right, two receivers to the left. And it's going to be a botched snap, and quickly falling on it is Zane Reed. That's about the second time that they've had a botched snap tonight, and it will be a loss of about 5 yards here. It's going to put him down to 13. Actually, I take it back. It's going to be a loss of 4 yards there on the play. So we'll bring up a 2nd and 14 now for Pattonsburg. Reed again will take the snap in the shotgun. Here comes pressure. And now looking, and that one's going to be thrown incomplete. Pass behind that time of Tyson Gibson. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 14.
Pattonsburg is going to really miss not having Cameron Jones out in the field for the time being. Out of those 309 passing yards that Reed has, 238 of them are to Cameron Jones. So Cameron Jones, obviously Reed's favorite target, and not having him in is going to really kind of throw a wrench in their offense.
And a big part of this Pattonsburg offense, too, is Cameron Jones. Here comes the next snap here from Reed. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Again, here comes some pressure. Reed now rolls out, has some room in front, and he will be forced out of bounds near that first down yard marker. We'll see where they mark him down at. Looks like they're going to mark him down about the 25, about 2 yards shy of the first down to bring up about a 4th and 2. Still about a 12-yard pickup on 3rd and long, that time for Zane Reed. So it'll be about a 4th and 2, 4th and 3, 4th and long 2 upcoming. As Reed will take the snap, rolling out to the right. Here comes pressure again, running in. Throwing, and is it going to be complete? No, it is not. Not able to bring it in that time is Brett Emig. So with the incomplete pass, it will bring up now a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. From the Pattonsburg 24. So Albany with good field position here. And we'll see if they kind of did what they did last week in the second half after getting up big over King City and kind of ran it out a little bit in the second half and tried running out the clock a little. Here comes a snap. Handoff is going to be dropped, and the ball still rolling around on the ground, but I believe it's going to be picked up here by Pattonsburg, still rolling. And we'll see. I believe it is going to be Pattonsburg football. It is Pattonsburg football after the fumble. That is about the 2nd or 3rd time that on a handoff there to Ethan Mercer, Klein and Mercer get caught up and fumble the football. So a 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line here on the Pattonsburg 27. Pattonsburg now with the football. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. In motion is going to be Emig. He'll take the little shovel pass, and he'll now try and reverse field, and he'll be taken down from behind and maybe picks up about a yard there on the play. And they're going to give him no yardage. Brings up a 2nd and 10. And Brett Emig, a very good receiver, just not quite the same speed that Cameron Jones has. And that's one thing that's really going to hurt this Pattonsburg offense if Jones isn't able to come back here in the second half. This one passed downfield, incomplete. Looking again for Tyson Gibson. And it'll bring up now a 3rd and 10.
You got to believe frustration is kind of setting in for Pattonsburg. They've had a few, or actually several drop passes. And whenever that happens, and it happens over and over and over again, you start to kind of feel frustrated, especially whenever you're down by 40 points with 10 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Well, and so far, Zane Reed has thrown the ball 4 times so far here in the 3rd quarter. and he has no yards to show for it. Well, just one completion. Here comes the pass, and falling down is Brett Emig, and again he's looking around for the penalty flag, and again still doesn't find it. Brings up now a 4th and 10. So 4th and 10 upcoming here for this Pattonsburg Panther offense. $10:26 left to play in the third. 46-6, Albany with the lead. Two receivers bunch to the left, two receivers bunch to the right. The snap here by Reed, looking deep downfield, and again incomplete as that one kind of falls in between a couple of players, and it looks like this Pattonsburg offense really out of sync here in this third quarter as they turn the ball over on downs again on their second drive here in the half. Albany again will get the football. This time on the Pattonsburg 27. They got on the Pattonsburg 24 last time and fumbled on the first play of the drive. I formation. Handoff will go this time to Floyd. And he will pick up no yardage there on the play. Makes it back out to the line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. As they get all the bodies off the pile. Actually, maybe give him about a yard there on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and 9 here for the Warriors. Pattonsburg with no play clock. So the Warriors can't just sit there and watch the play clock and snap it when it gets down into the 1 yard or second thing, as this one is going to be another option play that is going to go out of Ethan Mercer's hands a little behind him, and it's going to be again a fumble recovery picked up here by Pattonsburg. And this time Pattonsburg will recover it at their own 34-yard line. So Albany really is helping Pattonsburg move down the field here as they have no yards so far. Well, they have a 12-yard run really. Other than that, Pattonsburg has no forward progress plays here in the second half. But due to the fumbles, they're giving Pattonsburg a little bit of yardage each time. Yeah. 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg at the 34. Three receivers bunched to the left. In motion is Emig. He'll move over to the right. Again, looking on that little wide receiver screen. Emig breaks free and brings it for about a gain of 10 yards. And that one's going to be real close to a first down. And we'll see if they give it to him or not. They're going to say he's just short, maybe. Yeah, they're going to give him the first down. So the 10-yard pickup through the air brings up another 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg. Next snap for Reed. Again, pressure coming. He'll roll out and gets taken out right before he gets out of bounds as Ethan Mercer, Nate Doolittle there on the stop. It'll be a pickup of 6 yards, brings up a 2nd and 4. So a 2nd and 4 upcoming here from the Albany 30-yard line. Two receivers to the right, two receivers to the left. Next snap to Reed. Looking down the middle of the field, and this time it's going to be caught. And taking it is Emig, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown 30 yards away. Brett Emig with the 2nd touchdown of the night here for Pattonsburg, and each of them have gone to Emig.
Well, Pattonsburg was able to take advantage of that fumble, and now they've scored their 2nd touchdown of the game and closed the gap just a little bit.
So Brett Emig now with a 25-yard touchdown catch, now a 30-yard touchdown catch. Going for the 2-point conversion here. Emig in motion. Reed looking to pass, and this one is going to be incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good. 46-12, the Warriors lead. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Hello, I'm Dustin Freeman, Superintendent of the Albany R3 School District. At Albany, our staff is focused on helping students excel in academics, athletics, music, business, technology, art, and agriculture. We strive to help young minds prepare for life and become successful in whatever endeavor they choose. The Albany R3 School District is a tribe of parents, teachers, students, and community members working together so students don't just chase their dreams, but live them.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg. 46-12, Albany with the lead. 8:32 still left to play here in the third quarter. Pattonsburg set to kick off. So far, they've onside kicked on all three. Warriors were able to recover on two of them. The other one went out of bounds. So again, Zane Reed will kick off. Warriors again expecting the onside. And this time, Nate Doolittle will come away with the recovery. And the Warriors will start on about their own 38-yard line. So far, the Warriors have run 3 plays here in the second half. They have 1 yard to show for it and 2 fumbles. We'll see here if on this drive the Warriors can get their offense going here in the second half. High formation. Mercer and Floyd as the deep back. Floyd trying to run it upfield, and he'll be taken down shy of midfield. As it'll be a gain there of 1 yard for Trice Floyd. Brings up now a 2nd and 9. The clock continues to tick down here with a 46-12 Albany lead. Klein again underneath center. This time the handoff will go to Mercer. He'll spin out of 1 tackle. He's loose, and he'll be ankle tackled at about the 30-yard line, and he'll make it down inside the 30, down to the 27. For a gain that time of 14 yards on the carry by Ethan Mercer.
Mercer got tripped up from behind, and if it wasn't for that, he was gone for sure. No one was going to catch him there in the open field.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Warriors. Hutchinson will line up wide to the left. Tries Floyd to the left to Klein. Mercer behind him in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. Looking to pass for Hutchinson deep down the left sideline. Going up and incomplete. A penalty flag, though, down at about the 17-yard line, the defensive backfield. And I believe this is going to be a defensive holding call here against Pattonsburg. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. It is going to be a hold called against the defense. So the defensive holding will make this now a 1st and 10 after the 10-yard penalty. And the next snap will be taken here from the Pattonsburg 18-yard line. 7:30 as the clock continues to run again. With Hutchinson and Floyd out, lined up wide to the right. Mercer in motion to the right. He'll get the handoff. And he will pick up just short yardage there on the play, if any. And he will get no yardage there on the carry. Brings up now a 2nd and 10. Again, that wind out of the north keeps on blowing. And the temperature keeps getting harder and harder. We've seen a couple of comments on here that there's some snow. We do not wish that upon anybody, and especially not tonight. 1 receiver wide to the right, 1 receiver to the left. In motion again is going to be Mercer. Klein takes the snap, and now looking on a little screen, gets it to Floyd. He's across the 10, 5, gets in the end zone, and maybe, no, I think they might have marked him out before he got into the end zone, as it'll be a 1st and goal down at about the 2. Actually, they're going to say down at the 3. So a gain there of 15 yards on the little screen pass. Out to Trice Floyd. 6:37 still left to play here in the third quarter. 46-12, Warriors with the lead. As the Warriors are driving with a 1st and goal. I formation, here's the snap. Handoff will go to Floyd, and he'll punch it in this time for a touchdown. 3 yards away, and it's Trice Floyd with the touchdown run to cap off the drive. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you let your home with United Country Nelson Real Estate Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. So it's a 52-12 lead, 2-point conversion upcoming. Warriors again back up to a 40-point lead, see if they can make it up to 42. I formation again, here's the snap. Fakes the handoff to Floyd, looking at the end zone. This one's going to be intercepted, 2-point conversion, no good. Warriors hold a 40-point lead, 52-12, 6:34 left here in the third quarter. We're back with more in just a moment on Albany TV.
Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany is your hometown trophy and award shop. Winner's Circle North makes all kinds of trophies for sports, car shows, livestock shows, baby shows, and more. Winner's Circle North also does plaques of all sizes and kinds. Want something unique? Winner's Circle North has you covered with sublimation gifts and acrylic awards. Order your trophies, awards, or one-of-a-kind items. Call Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North at 816-632-5599 or find them on Facebook at Winner's Circle North.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg. It is a 52-12 lead, 6:34 still left to play here in this third quarter. And again, tries Floyd, sent to kick off. Last one, Brody Langford caught it about his own 2-yard line and was able to bring it out to his own 17. This one kicked deep and a wind gust blows right as he kicks it, and it's going to be down to the 1-yard line. Langford will pick it up there, and he will run into the back of one of his own defenders, and a penalty flag will fly. And a little bit of shoving match going on here between Coyne and Hutchinson here on the near sideline in front of the Pattonsburg bench. And I believe that kind of stemmed a little bit from the hit on Cameron Jones there to end the half.
Yeah, I'd say you are onto something with that one.
Remember, don't penalize for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. A block in the back penalty against Pattonsburg is going to put them back inside their own 10-yard line, down at their own 7. Here's the snap from Reed. So he takes the snap, and he kind of got hit as he threw, looking for Brett Immig. And the pass will fall incomplete. Looked like his hand kind of came forward and looked like he either hit either a Warrior or a Panther there. But again, it's a 40-point lead. Albany leads 52-12, 6:24 still to play here in this third quarter. 2nd and 10 from their own 7-yard line. Again, Reed looking to pass, and again, this one's going to fall short. Looking this time for Sam Coyne. Brings up now a 3rd and 10 here. Warriors with a 40-point lead. Looking to try and keep it that or extend it here with a big play. As Reed rolls out, pressure, looking downfield. Caden Hutchinson almost with the interception. As again, looking for Brody Langford.
Thought Hutchinson had it there for a second, but ball just bounced off his hands.
Hutchinson already with 1 interception, 9. A pass that went through Cameron Jones' hands right into Hutchinson. Again, Cameron Jones has not yet been out here in the second half. He got thrown down to the ground hard to end the first half by Hutchinson. And I do not believe we will see him the rest of the game. So most of the Pattonsburg players wearing those big coats over them on the sideline, so don't really see any jersey numbers. Reed will take the snap. Here comes pressure right up the middle. And a penalty flag will fly, but Emig will come away with the pass. Breaks away from tries Floyd, reaches for his feet, trips him up, and he's down inside the 15, down to the 14. But a penalty in the backfield, and I believe this one might be coming back. And it's going to be a hold against the offense. This one is coming back.
And that is a killer.
It is. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3532 or 3536. You think I'd have that memorized by now?
To get a big gain like that and then have to go all the way back. And there's another flag.
Said already, Pattonsburg has 1 unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here on the night. And I believe they're getting another one here. Either that or a sideline warning as, again, Scott Cavan getting a little bit agitated here on the near sideline. As it seems like a lot of the penalties so far have gone against Pattonsburg. And again, so after the holding penalty, they will also get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And I'm not certain exactly how far deep they're going to make them take the snap, but I'm going to say it's within the 3-yard line here.
For sure.
Because you get half the distance to the goal line for the holding penalty, then another half the distance to the goal line for the unsportsmanlike conduct. And it was going to be a 4th and 10 from the 7 was the last play. And this is going to be a 4th and 16 from the 1. So a 4th and 16 upcoming. Pattonsburg will go for it. Again, they do not punt. But they've already completed a 4th and 29 from their own 10-yard line. So with a 4th and 16 upcoming, 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Reed will take the snap in his own end zone. And he has to watch out. He could almost go out of the back. Looking deep downfield, ball's thrown up. And it's it's going to fall incomplete, but I believe we're going to have defensive pass interference called against the Warriors.
I think you're right.
As Emmett kind of got a shove there in the back. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith at 660-726-3536, and it is going to be a pass interference here against the defense. So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg. And they'll take the snap from their own 16-yard line. 5:38 still left to play here in the third quarter. 52-12, Albany with the 40-point lead. They led 46-6 at the half. Each team has scored 1 touchdown here in the second half. Neither of them were able to convert on the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers out wide to the left. 2 receivers are going to line up wide to the right. Actually, take that back. 3 receivers are going to line up wide to the left, 1 to the right. Next snap upcoming here for Zane Reed. Trying to get the defense to jump off sides. Isn't able to get it. He'll now take the next. And now there's going to be a delay of game penalty called here against the offense. 3 straight penalties on 3 straight plays. 2 against Pattonsburg, 1 against the Warriors.
Yeah, those refs are
actually technically 4 if you include the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, those refs are having to throw those flags quite often.
And again, the only person that really enjoys that, David Smith. Remember, don't be penalized for having the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance Agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536. Now trips out to the right. Here comes the snap to Reed in the backfield. In motion is going to be, again, Brett Emig. And he'll get the pass as he crosses the line of scrimmage, makes it back to about the original line of scrimmage. I believe referee kind of got hit there a little bit. They're checking on him. Actually, that was a 4th down and checking to see if it's a 1st down. And we're going to have a check here of the line of the whether or not it's a 1st down or not. I'm pretty sure that defensive pass interference should have been an automatic 1st, but apparently it was not. And we're going to see if it's close, and it is not going to be enough. By inches, it is going to be a turnover on downs. Picking up about 4 yards there on the play was Brett Emig, and he'll turn the ball over on downs. It'll be Albany football, and they can look to extend their 40-point lead here with 5:32 left to play in the third. So a 1st and 10 here for the Warriors from the Pattonsburg 16. I formation, Kemper Klein underneath center, hands the ball off to Floyd. He's broke loose. He's got his 3rd touchdown of the night. 16 yards away. And again, going to be Trice Floyd with the touchdown. Trice Floyd with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And he puts this one now to a 58-12 lead. And two-point conversion upcoming with 5:27 still to play here in this third quarter. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn-Siddons. High formation handoff will go to Floyd. He'll get in for the two-point conversion. 60-12, Albany with the lead. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
The Printery in Albany can do all of your printing. They do business cards, envelopes, brochures, books, calendars, posters, magnetic signs, banners, and everything in between. Come visit Perry and Susan at the Printery in Albany, where they have your printing covered. Call the Printery today at 660-726-5234. That's 660-726-5234 for fair and honest pricing, because to us, you're family.
So the Warriors now with a 48-point lead, 60-12, 5:27 still to play here in this third quarter. Warriors again set to kick off. Again, they'll look to kick it deep with wind at their back. Past two have not quite gotten into the end zone. Langfitz returned it from his own 2 and his own 1 in the past 2. Again, Floyd set to kick off deep. Langfitz is going to be able to get it at his own 1-yard line. Has some room, but is able to wrapped up there by a couple of Warriors, and he'll be taken down shy of his own 20-yard line. He'll have it down to about his own 18. That is where Pattonsburg will start their next drive. So again, Pattonsburg with the football on their own 18. 5:17 still to play here in this third quarter. Again, Zane Reed will take the snap. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Reed again, as he's been doing most of the night, running for his life in the backfield. Looking for the center of the field, and it's going to be tipped and almost intercepted. As Nate Doolittle there in coverage, looking that time for Caden Locker.
Zane Reed probably should have just taken that moment that he had some room, but he decided to throw it, and it was incomplete. So now instead of a 2nd and 5 around there, they're looking at 2nd and 10.
And again, if you've tuned in late, Pattonsburg playing without Cameron Jones here in the second half after getting thrown to the ground to end the first half by Caden Hutchinson. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. And again, as we say, he was thrown to the ground. It was a legal play, nothing dirty about it. It was just a hard hit by Hutchinson to Jones. High snap, quick throw, and it's going to fall down to the ground. And they're not going to call it a full, they're going to call it a forward pass. And the pass will fall incomplete as Mercer was there to kind of break up the pass. Mercer has been all over the field tonight, offense, defense. He has an interception return for a touchdown. He has a couple of sacks, and he's been chasing Zane Reed quite a bit on defense. And he also has 3 touchdown runs. Next snap upcoming here for Reed. In motion here is Emig. Reed rolls out, now looking to the backside, looking for Emig. It'll be short, but Emig able to come back, taken by Bryce Landon as he crosses the 35 down to the 37-yard line. On a 19-yard pass play. So another 1st and 10 here for Pattonsburg. Here's the snap from Reed. Here comes pressure up the middle again, looking. And this one's going to be intercepted again here by Caden Hutchinson, his 2nd of the night. And Hutchinson will intercept down inside the 25-yard line, down at the Albany 23.
Caden had to go up pretty high to get that one. Good play by him to make the catch.
And that is the 2nd interception tonight by Hutchinson. Gives him 8 now on the season. And I believe that is the 4th interception thrown tonight by Zane Reed. 60-12. 2:44 left to play here in the third quarter. And we have running clock here as well in this third quarter with a 48-point lead here by the Warriors. Something we have long been looking for on this cold Friday night. So again, Kemper Klein will get under center here. Mercer is the down back. Floyd will be the wing back. It'll be a pitch out to Mercer. He gets the corner, and he has to hurdle over the 30-yard marker as he goes out of bounds on the far sideline. And they will put it down at about they're going to put him way back at about the 27-yard line for a gain of 40 yards there on the play. So brings up now a 2nd and 6. 60-12, Albany with a lead, 1:45 left to play here in the third quarter. I formation. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Floyd. He's already got 3 touchdown runs. He's going to break this one for his 4th as Floyd, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Warriors. And that there is going to be a 53-yard touchdown there for Trice Floyd, his 4th of the night. And remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn-Siddons as Floyd brings this one to the house from 53 yards, makes it 66-12. 2-point conversion upcoming. Floyd will take this play off on the 2-point conversion, get a little breather. Checking in, it's going to be Nate Doolittle. He'll be the down back in the I formation. Here's the snap. Hand off to Doolittle. And he will not get in for the 2-point conversion. 66-12, the lead. Clock continues to run here in this third quarter. They're trying to stop the clock here. And the clock continues to run. They do finally stop it with 32.1. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Are you trying to sell your old car? Looking for some much-needed help on the farm? Are you wanting to grow your customer base? The new shopper in Albany prints 11,000 copies each week that are delivered to every Gentry and Worth County deliverable address and the surrounding area free of charge. Give Perry and Susan a call at 660-726-5234 at the new shopper in Albany to have your ad sent directly to your customers.
So Trice Floyd again set to kick off, 66-12, Albany with the lead. And you'll probably see Floyd kick off here the rest of the night or punt the rest of the night as the backup kicker and punter tonight, Timothy Papa, did not make the trip tonight as he was not at school today. As this one is going to be caught by Brody Langford inside his own 5-yard line. He'll bring it out to the near sideline across the 15, and he'll tiptoe his way out of bounds, and he'll be out at about the 21-yard line. So Pattonsburg will start their own 21 with a 1st and 10. 23.7 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. The clock will start to run once they get the chain set here. So Pattonsburg probably has about enough for one more play here in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. And Reed will take the snap here with about 2 seconds left. Looking deep down the left side, looking for Coyne, and Nate Doolittle not able to come away with it as that will end the third quarter. We're set to go to the fourth with the Warriors leading 66-12 when we come back in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Have you looked at Pettyjohn Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Pettyjohn Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Looking for a new or used vehicle?
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg. It's a 66-12 lead as we enter the fourth quarter. And we're going to let Brett Williams take it over with some play-by-play here in the fourth quarter. Let him get some practice in before we go to districts next week.
Pattonsburg is coming out in the field. We're lining up. It looks like they've got their oh, never mind.
They still have their starters out there. We're not going to get that excited yet.
I didn't see number 9, and I was like, well, maybe they put their JV in, but I was proved to be incorrect. Zane Reed takes the snap. The backfield will throw the ball deep to Sam Coyne, and that will be incomplete as it was a little bit behind him, and Coyne cannot make the grab, so that makes it 3rd and 10 from Pattonsburg's own 21-yard line.
Ian Campbell also there, and some great coverage there for the defense, as again, Campbell not one of the starters here tonight, but was one of the intended backups at the defensive back position. As it appears, Porter Davis, the lone starter and the defensive back that is not out there at the moment. Looks like Doolittle, as well as Floyd, Hutchinson, and Campbell.
And now Reed will take the snap once again, drops back, throws the ball, and it is complete. That pass was incomplete. That pass was intended for, I believe, Caden Locker.
And so that one just bounced up to him enough, and he had played it off like he caught it.
Yeah, it looked like from here that he had made the grab, but now that moves to 4th and 10. Pattonsburg still from their own 21-yard line.
Pattonsburg has converted on quite a few 4th downs already tonight.
Yeah, 4th and 10 really doesn't mean that much at this point. Reed will drop back, throws the ball to Enig, and he makes the grab, but I don't think he has the first down, and they're going to signal a fumble. And Caden Hutchinson picks it up and will run it back all the way for a touchdown.
I said you saw the Albany sideline jumping up. I thought it was because he was going to be held short of the first down.
I thought it was for too.
But Hutchinson picks it up about his own about the Pattonsburg 29-yard line, returns it for a touchdown.
And now Albany extends their lead 72-12 here as we tick down to the 10-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. And now Albany will attempt the 2-point conversion.
Albany with a 60-point lead, 72-12. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. As, again, the referees try and stop the clock on the 2-point conversion. They do this time with 9:46.
And Kemper Klein takes a snap, hands it off to Nate Doolittle. And Doolittle will try to fight into the end zone, but they're going to say he was short. So the score remains 72-12 as Pattonsburg will begin their next drive momentarily.
We'll be back with more in just a moment on Albany TV.
Schultz Convenience Store on 136 in Albany has everything you need to keep you running. Schultz has coffee and gas to get you moving in the morning. Fountain Pop, sandwiches, and Champ's Chicken to fuel your lunchtime hunger. They also carry candy and ice cream to keep you awake during the afternoon. At night, Schultz adult beverages and scratchers to help you unwind. That's Schultz Convenience Store in Albany, where they can fuel you up in more ways than one.
And we are back here on TV. Albany will be kicking the ball off here in just a moment. Trice Floyd making his way out onto the field to kick off.
And again, he'll have to kick into that northerly wind here. He's kicked onside a couple of times. This one will probably be, one of those just line drive kicks about the 20-yard line like he's done a couple of times tonight.
Floyd now runs up and makes the kick. And it was a line drive kick, but it's going to go out of bounds. And there's the flag.
So remember, don't be penalized from the wrong insurance. Contact American Family Insurance agent David Smith today, 660-726-3536.
So now Pattonsburg will take over.
With that ball going out of bounds at the 12-yard line, they'll take the penalty yardage here. And looks like Pattonsburg will start inside their own 25-yard line, or right at their own 25.
And now Zane Reed and the rest of the Pattonsburg offense lines up for their first play of the drive. Reed takes the snap, drops back, and it's a screen pass. And this pass is completed to Brett Emig. And it looks like it's going to be a loss of a few yards. Yep, loss of 1 yard. So that makes it 2nd and 11 now from the Pattonsburg 23-yard line.
And
loss of 2 yards, actually, 2nd and 12.
I said Trice Floyd was right there to make that stop on that screen, anticipating it all the way. It's a couple times that Pattonsburg has run that tonight.
Now Reed takes a step again, throws it, and completes it to Caden DeJong. And that's going to be a gain.
Actually, I take that back. That was a Sam Coyne there. I apologize. I told him who made the wrong catch there.
So it's 8. So now that makes it 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. And Reed takes a snap. And he rolls out to his right. And pass was intended for Coyne once again. And that's going to be incomplete. So that makes it 4th and 5. But as I said before, 4th downs for Pattonsburg doesn't really mean anything. They completed 4th and 29 earlier in the game.
And they've completed a bunch of 4th and long passes with how high powered this Pattonsburg offense is. Even without Cameron Jones, they look like a 3rd and 1 for most teams.
Kind of try to step in and fill the void for Jones, and this pass is completed, and that will be good enough for a 1st down. It was completed to Brett Emig, just as I was talking about how he was kind of filling the spot of Cameron Jones here in the second half.
And again, Trice Floyd, who has been great in coverage tonight on Emig, was right there to make the stop as soon as he caught it there at midfield.
And that's going to be a 1st and 10 now for Pattonsburg.
7:05, still have to play in the ball game.
And Zane Reed is going to be sacked in the backfield by Ethan Mercer.
And that is going to be another Albany Hy-Vee sack. Remember to fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your Albany Hy-Vee.
Reed was rolling out to his right and was looking to find somebody, and he just couldn't find him. And that gave Ethan Mercer enough time to come in and make the sack. And that's going to be a loss of 8.
And Mercer kind of didn't just take him down. He kind of threw him down a little bit. And Reed was not very happy about that when he got up.
And Reed takes a snap, drops back, rolls out to his left this time. By Nate Doolittle.
Nope, sorry, Caden Hutchinson.
Caden Hutchinson.
As Hutchinson comes away with his 3rd interception of the night. Now 9 on the season. And looks like a timeout going to be called here by the Warriors with 6:13 left as they're going to bring in their backups.
And so now Albany takes over from their own 34 left here in the game. They are holding on to a 72-12 lead right now.
So again, after during this Petty John Auto Center timeout, we'll keep it right here. Make sure to check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. Make sure to also stay tuned for the BTC Bank post game to find out who tonight's player of the game is, as we've got quite a few to choose from. And as the Albany Warriors second string comes on, you see some of the Pattonsburg starters come off as well. And Zane Reed coming over here to the near sideline. Brett Emig as well to take a drink. Not very happy with their final game here of the regular season at home. And for Zane Reed here, just a junior. Brett Emig, a senior, could be last game here.
And Klein hands this one off to Quincy Stamper, and no gain on that play.
Actually, about a loss of about a yard there is what they're going to give him.
Yep, that makes it 2nd and 11 for the Warriors.
And this is good for those backups of the Warriors get some time here as well.
Klein gets under center.
We'll try and bring you who those players are here shortly.
And there's a
botch snap
botch snap, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 11.
Taking a look at the offensive line here. Looks like we've got Sam Miller out there. Also, looks like Nathan Wiles and Cody Peary out on that offensive line.
So now Albany's got a 3rd down and 3rd down at about 12. Klein takes the snap, hands it off to Stamper once again, and he's going to break free, and it looks like he's going to take this one all the way, and he will. Quincy Stamper runs that all the way in for a touchdown, and that extends the lead for Albany 78-12 as the clock continues down to 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
A 49-yard run there by Quincy Stamper. And remember, you can score a touchdown too. You list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn-Siddons. And a big touchdown run there for Quincy Stamper. He was one of the players for the Warriors that was quarantined at one point this season. So him getting the big play there and getting a chance to run it in for a touchdown.
On 2-point, Klein drops back and throws it to Ian Campbell in the back of the end zone, and they're going to say he was in, so the 2-point conversion's good. That extends the lead for the Warriors as they reach the 80-point mark, and they are now up 80-12.
4:35 still left to play here in the ball game. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Albany Chiropractic Clinic offers multiple chiropractic techniques, therapeutic exercise programs, massage therapy, and nutrition consults to the Albany and surrounding area. Albany Chiropractic Clinic prides themselves in being more than effective pain relief. Call and schedule your appointment at Albany Chiropractic Clinic at 660-726-3322. That's 660-726-3322 to experience the difference today.
Welcome back out again here to Pattonsburg. We'll again let Brett Williams take it away here with the final 4:35.
And Trice Floyd kicks the ball off, and that's going to be fallen on by Pattonsburg, and they will take over now with 4:33 left in the ball game.
Brett Emig was the one that was able to come away with it. It was actually dropped there by Zane Reed. And Emig is going to come away with it as it looks like Pattonsburg will send out their starters again here. At least Zane Reed will stay out there.
Yep, Zane Reed's in the game. Brett Emig is on the sideline right now, but Reed is still in the game. And right now he's all alone in the backfield. And he takes a snap, throws it to the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for Sam Coyne. And that makes it 2nd and 10 for Pattonsburg.
With those starters out there for Pattonsburg, time continues to tick away. And with you already losing one starter before districts next week with Cameron Jones, you wouldn't think that you would leave Zane Reed out there for as many hits as he's already taken, especially after the last one where he kind of got thrown down by Ethan Mercer. But that's up to head coach Scott Cavan to decide.
Yep. And Reed's pass is incomplete.
And that to me seemed more like it was a pass of, I haven't been able to do anything all night, so I'm going to chuck this as hard as I can through the middle and see if anybody can catch it.
Yeah, there's definitely something extra on that one. And now the clock continues to tick as we are just about to the 3-minute mark. We are down to 3:05.
Again, the Warriors have an 80-12 win, or lead here tonight. They'll come away with another victory here in the GRC. Back-to-back wins over King City and Pattonsburg.
Reed, again, is all alone in the backfield. He will take the snap. And he throws it to Sam Coyne again, and it's going to be incomplete.
And nice hit that time by Ian Campbell to knock it out of Coyne's hands to force another 4th down.
4th and 10 for Pattonsburg from their own 24-yard line. Again, Albany is up 80-12. And Pattonsburg lining up their 4th down attempt.
Right about 2 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter.
Zane Reed in the backfield. He takes a snap, rolls out to the right. Under pressure, makes a man miss. And he throws it to Caden Locker, and it's going to be incomplete. So Albany takes over on downs with a minute 48 left in the game.
And I would not be surprised here if the Warriors would just kneel this one out with 1:48 from the Pattonsburg 24. But again,
there's no game clock.
There is no game,
no play clock.
There is no play clock.
So you can't tell.
So you really can't tell, but also if you do run some plays, you get some of these young guys some extra snaps here. Taking a look here, looks like Bryce Landed is in, now also Rhett Haney in. Trying to see who else might be in here as well. Also Braden Landed also getting in on this next snap.
Klein takes a snap, hands it off, and it's going to be fumbled. It was handed off to Quentin Herkman. I believe Albany was able to recover it.
So Albany was able to recover and actually picks up about 2 or 3 yards there on the play.
Yeah, that makes it 2nd down and about 7.
I said, in that run there by Herkman, his first of the season, as the freshman getting some playing time here and some of the mop-up time here for the Warriors. Like I said, it's about the only reason not to run it out is to get some of these players, some younger players, some playing time. Herkman maybe a couple carries after Quincy Stamper's already run one in for a touchdown. And now you will see the Warriors are just going to kneel this one out.
Yep, Klein takes the knee. And now we're down to under a minute. Got 55 seconds left in the game. Albany will have to snap it one more time, I think.
So again, we expected a high-powered offense between both teams and this to really be a tight ball game. But it is going to be an 80-12 victory tonight here for the Warriors.
And Klein will get under center one more time. And he will knee it again. And that's going to be the ball game. Albany can celebrate their win, probably their most impressive win on the season, as they will defeat Pattonsburg 80-12.
Giving you, we'll come back with your BTC Bank post game as well as your Papa's Player of the Game when we come back in just a moment here on Albany TV as the time continues to run down. Again, it is an 80-12 victory tonight for the Warriors.
Show your school spirit with the BTC Bank School Mascot Debit Card. Choose the card that fits your favorite local school, and they'll donate $10 per card to that school. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account. Visit one of BTC Bank's 12 locations to get your school mascot debit card today, where they can instantly issue your new card. BTC Bank, community-minded just like you. Member FDIC.
Community-minded just like you. BTC Bank.
Whether you are hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's is family-friendly with a playroom for the kids so the grown-ups can enjoy their meal. Make sure you leave room for dessert because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christie's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany.
Welcome back again here to Pattonsburg. It's an 80-12 victory tonight for the Warriors over Pattonsburg. And taking a look, we have a couple other scores we want to give you here.